Think about it. Hey, Frisco. I got nothing on tonight. Want to go out?
Sorry, Sonny. I'm planning on having nothing on tonight, and I'm already going out.
You just say that stuff to drive me crazy, but I'm a charmer, and sooner or later, you're going to give in.
Oh, I'm going to give in tonight. Sorry, you're not going to be there.
Any news on the birthday gift yet?
It's only a week late, and I told you, Richie's planning something very special, and it's not ready yet.
Oh, get real, Jan. It took God 7 days to create everything. That includes diamonds, minks, and all the other little expensive animals. Now, what could be taking Richie so long?
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. Shucks and scissors.
Is there a problem, Amy?
Well, I guess there is. That table of six has been sitting there for over 3 hours. They've changed orders more times than an Italian general. Oh, just look at that tip.
Disgraceful. And they ordered the steak flambe. You risked your life for these people. I just want you to know that Amy here is overwhelmed by your generous tip of $1.75. Of course, in the old days, she earned considerably more. But who wants to spend their life in tawdry hotel rooms, even if it was only for a half hour at a time? And after all, where did that money go? To an unsavory little character in a long pink Cadillac. And so tonight, when she goes back to her bare little room in the halfway house and lays your $1 bill in 3/4 on her chipped dresser, she's just going to fall on her knees and bless you for your munificence.
Fancy. The only thing I'd be doing in a tawdry hotel room is placing Bibles in the nightstands.
Perhaps I did go too far, but I did it for our profession. I know what it's like to be stiffed on a tip. Remember, I once waited on tables myself. Well, I guess you can take the waitress out of the apron, but that's another story.
This is the first time I ever got a return on my income taxes. I mean, I can't believe they allowed me all my entertainment expenses. I wrote off every date I had last year.
I'm sure the girls did, too.
Here it is, 36 bucks. What do you say, you and me go out and paint the town red?
You couldn't paint my nails red for 36 bucks.
Yo, Amy.
Yo, Sonny.
How about you and me hitting the trail together tonight, little lady?
How about you getting out of my face, little man?
Is that a yes? Hey, Howard, how come all the girls play so hard to get with me?
Because they are.
Big deal. There are plenty of fish in the sea.
Your problem is bait, Sonny.
Oh, yeah, and I suppose you got some action lined up for tonight?
Yep.
Poker again? What do you see in that game, Howard?
I compare it to the arms race. The object is to get your opponent to think you have more than you have or less than you have. I'm like the world leaders. I love any game based on lying.
Ooh, I can get into that.
I don't know, Sonny. These guys could eat you alive.
You call this living? I'm going with you.
Hey, Nancy. Oh, Richie. Fancy seeing you here. Don't tell me Jan's car's in the repair shop again.
Yeah. Some guy signaled left and turned right. I told her, never follow too close to a car that has a bumper sticker which reads, "Happiness is being a great-great-grandparent."
Jan's in the lounge. She should be out in a few minutes.
Thanks. Hi, Ginger.
Hi, Richie. Oh, baby, are you in trouble?
Already? I just got here.
Richie, the only present a wife doesn't forget is the one she doesn't get.
Oh, I'm getting her a present. It's not ready yet.
It's not ready yet. That's right up there with I'll respect you in the morning.
You can do better than that.
Okay, I'll tell you, but you are not to breathe a word of this to Jan.
I promise.
I'm making a piece of sculpture for her, all right? Problem is, I have no place to assemble all the parts. I can't work at home because then Jan will see it.
Oh, so you just need some place to slap this thing together.
I don't know that slap it together is the phrase I'd choose.
Well, why don't you use my apartment? I'm never there during the day. If I'm lucky, I'm not there during the night.
Gee, that's awful nice of you. Yeah, let me think about it, okay? Have I got a surprise for you?
A surprise? For me?
Uh-huh.
What is it?
Your car will be ready a day early.
I just love surprises, don't you?
Hi, Jan. Hi, Richie.
Hi, Doc.
Hiya. Hi.
Hello.
Thanks for the lift, cabbie.
Anytime. Mind if I hang around? I've always wanted to loiter in a girl's locker room.
Jan, I have to step out for a moment. I'd like you to man the reservation desk.
Okay.
Oh, yes, if somebody named Buster calls, tell him I'll be home around 11 tonight. Oh, and not to worry, I found it hanging in the shower.
See? I knew this would be good.
You coming?
Yeah, I just have to make a phone call. Quick one.
Okay.
I thought she'd never leave. If that proposition is still open, I'd like to take you up on it.
I never renege on a proposition.
Oh, great. Well, what's the best time for me to show up at your place?
Anytime I had a spare one made just in case of an emergency.
Ooh. What do you consider an emergency?
Any good-looking guy who doesn't have my key.
Thanks.
Well, that concludes my musical tribute to Jerry Lewis. Thank you.
Whew, looks like it's going to be busy tonight.
Said the spider to the fly.
Am I supposed to understand that?
If the shoe fits.
What was that all
Oh,
about?
Dot, you won't believe what's going on with Richie and Ginger. She gave him the key to her apartment, and you know what that means.
Oh, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. I gave a man the key to my apartment, and he lost it.
Well, I think they're having an affair.
I think you are jumping to conclusion. You are jumping to conclusion. I need more evidence.
She told him to come by any time.
I need facts.
And then she kissed him.
I need to barf. Enjoy your meal. Ginger, I mean, Ginger is the last person I would expect to do anything like this. No, actually, you're the last person. What are we going to do?
Well, we're just going to have to tell Jan.
We can't tell Jan.
If we don't, we'll be living a lie.
I can live with that.
My conscience says we should tell her.
It figures your guru would be Jiminy Cricket. Put yourself in Jan's shoes. If you were her, would you want to know?
Yes, I wouldn't want people talking behind my back.
Who is talking behind her back? Shh, there she is.
One veal chop, one lobster thermidor.
Gee, Jan, you look great. I love you.
What's this all about?
Nothing.
Jan, there's something I've got to tell you.
What is it?
It's kind of a delicate matter.
Oh.
Jan, you know, when a man and a woman, they, come together and, you know,
Uh-huh.
even though they're not supposed to,
Uh-huh.
but they just go ahead anyway.
Well, I've heard tell of those situations.
That's what happened. I wish it hadn't, but it did. I'm so sorry.
Oh, honey, don't be upset. Oh, in time you're going to come to realize it's just not that big a deal.
Jan, you're the most understanding person I've ever met in my life.
Oh, Amy, I've been around a little.
I'll say.
Amy, now that it's happened, chances are it's going to happen again. And every time it does, it's going to get easier and nicer. But if you have any problems, you just come tell me about them.
People judge you by the company you keep. Right now, every poker player in Gardena thinks I'm a jerk.
Well, I thought the guy would drop out when I bumped him.
You bump Montana Floyd, you don't bump somebody named after a state.
Big deal. I lost a hand.
You lost $50 more than you had in your pocket.
And I want to thank you for covering for me, Howard. You got some nasty friends.
I want the $50, Sonny.
I know I promised to have it for you today, but I'm having a cash flow problem. Tell you what, for collateral, I'll give you my watch.
Montana Floyd wouldn't take it last night. Why should I take it now?
I found the crystal. It was in the car.
Well, thank you very much, but I'm married. Enjoy your meal.
Are you sure you told her?
Well, you know how much trouble I have talking about these things, but yeah, I told her to the best of my ability.
She doesn't have a clue.
About the talk, good evening. Oh, Ginger? Oh, just a moment, please. Phone.
Thank you.
It's a man. I hope this isn't a personal call.
No, it's business. My business. Oh, hi, Richie. No, the coast is clear. Oh, yeah, it's kind of tricky. I forgot to tell you. You got to pull the door towards you, then turn the key. No, you don't have to leave the light on for me. Oh, Richie, I bet you say that to all the girls. Okay, bye-bye.
This is awful.
This is just terrible. I mean, really terrible. Ugh. Squirt some more whipped cream on this.
How is it? What? The pie.
Oh, am I eating this? It's the stress.
Oh, I forgot to ask earlier. I need a ride home. Richie's working late tonight.
Sure. Dot'll be glad to take you. You don't mind, Dot?
I'll do it. Just give me a minute to pack this pie to go.
Fine. Good night, Ginger.
Night, Jen. Well, you're sure all dressed up for something, as if we didn't know.
And we don't know.
Well, I'll tell you.
And we don't want to know.
You know, I have been getting bad vibes all night long. I keep asking you what is wrong, and nobody will tell me. Well, if this is the way you want it, fine. You don't talk to me, I won't talk to you. You know, this isn't the first job I've had like this. I used to work in a photo mat.
Okay, which one of you is going to tell Jan?
About what?
Oh, come now. I heard Ginger and Richie whispering at the bar the other night. And then tonight, Richie called here and asked to speak to Ginger. He wanted to find out how to open her apartment door. And you two reek of chocolate. It's a story as old as Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Just not as interesting. Now, which one of you is going to tell Jan? All right. I'll do it. Jan, do you have a moment?
Sure.
Jan, I don't know if I've ever spoken to you about my marriage. Yes, it's true. When I was younger, I was married for a brief period. And then I found out that my husband had strayed on my honeymoon, and twice a day thereafter.
Sounds rocky.
The worst part of it was...
There's a worst part.
My best friend didn't tell me.
Maybe she didn't know.
It was her, Jan. My best friend on my honeymoon.
Well, I'm sure everything worked out for the best.
The point is that what hurt the most was that everyone knew, even the minister. And nobody told me. I can't bear to see another woman go through that same kind of agony.
What are you trying to tell me, Nancy?
Jan, have you ever watched a bumblebee? How he flits from one flower to another, and the first flower doesn't even know he's gone.
I wish I had a clue as to what you're talking about.
It's Richie, Jan. He's pollinating Ginger. You know, you'd never guess it by seeing the girls in their prim little uniforms. But above the top is a seething cauldron of emotion.
Whatever you say.
You know, I was going to speak to Ginger, but Jan seems to feel she ought to do it herself. Whew, the undercurrents are tremendous. You know, there's something about the idea of dangerous sex.
Yeah?
Really...
What?
Hey, Howard, I told you I was good for the 50. Here it is.
Hey, thanks, Sonny, but you don't owe me all of this.
What do you mean?
I sold your watch.
You sold my $250 watch?
That was a $35 watch.
Don't tell me what that watch was worth. I bought it for my mother.
She saw you coming.
Hi, Dad. Oh, I forgot that we are not speaking to each other. Lucky I caught myself. I might have just babbled on and said something stupid like, nice dress, wrong shoes.
Oh, Dot, I'm so glad you're here. I was so uncomfortable being in here alone with Ginger. I didn't know whether to reason with her and point out all the lives she's affecting or just rear back and give her a good old-fashioned Texas tongue lashing.
What'd you do?
I went in the bathroom.
Hello, Dot. Amy?
Well?
Well, what?
Well, what did Richie have to say for himself?
Did he spill his guts?
I didn't talk to him. By the time he got home last night, it was very late, and he was exhausted.
I'll bet.
Besides, on the way home,
I thought it through. Now, on the basis of one overheard phone call and some rumors, you both have jumped to the wrong conclusion. I know Richie, and I know I can trust him.
Ginger must feel the same way because she trusted him with the key to her apartment.
What?
Now, Jan.
What?
Well, you see, maybe it's just time you take your head out of the sand and face reality. Or not.
Look, what it comes down to is this. Do I trust Richie or do I believe some stupid rumor? Now, when you simplify it like that, you see it for what it really is, just a vague possibility.
Cheating on me. Cheating on me. You're not the kind of a sweetheart.
Insensitive lout. That's gratuitous cruelty toward Jan.
Why?
You don't know?
No.
Well, then go ahead and try it.
3 tequila shooters, 3 Scotch rocks, 2 white wine, and 1 Diet Cola.
Gotcha.
Amy, I just got a party at 9. Could you please take one of my tables?
Sorry, that's not my station.
So, Richie is in Ginger's station, and it didn't stop her.
What's that supposed to mean?
All right, I tried to stay out of this, but now that you've asked, there's only one reason a girl gives a man the key to her apartment.
And what's that?
You know.
Yes, but I want you to tell me.
So he can go there, and the two of you can do the SCX word.
Close enough.
I gave Richie the key to my apartment because he needed some privacy to finish the piece of sculpture that he's making for Jan's surprise birthday present.
I guess you were wrong, Amy, and I hope you learned something from this.
Well, I did. Somebody must have given me a stupid pill.
Wait till I tell Jan.
You're not going to tell Jan anything. It's a surprise, remember?
Oh, okay, I won't say anything. Ginger, about the mix-up, the confusion about what we thought, forget it.
Oh, I'll forget it. But you won't forget it, because I won't let you forget it. Got it?
Yes, ma'am. Jan, I have wonderful news. You don't have to face reality after all.
Dot, that's exactly what I have to do. Would you please tell Ginger I'd like to speak to her in the lounge? You wanted to see me? Did you give Richie the key to your apartment? Yes. Why? I think you ought to talk to Richie about that. How could you do this to me? I wasn't doing anything to you. I was doing something for you. I can do that myself.
Hiya, hon.
He must be talking to you.
What?
Forget it, Rich. She knows all about us. In a way, I'm relieved. I know you'll never forgive me, but please, please don't blame it on Richie. The poor guy, he never had a chance. I want what I want when I want it, and he was there.
Shall I come back later?
And leave me to face the wrath of Jan alone? After all, this was your idea. No, it was Amy's idea. Then it was Doc's idea. Now it seems to be Jan's idea.
What is she talking about?
I think she's referring to the possibility that your wife just made a fool of herself.
I hate it when she does that. I'll be in the kitchen overcoming my embarrassment.
I have a feeling I owe you an apology, but I'm not quite sure why. It's okay. I'll accept it.
Ta-da! Happy birthday, Red.
What's that?
The very words a sculptor longs to hear. This is your birthday present. This is the reason I have been working late all these nights. I was finishing it in Ginger's apartment.
That's why you gave him the key. I know that.
I love you. I love you, too.
This is so silly.
Well, I guess I could paint it.
No, not that. I love it. I love it more than any present I ever got in my whole life.
Well, I haven't named it yet. I thought maybe you ought to do that.
Okay, sure. Why don't we call it The Other Woman?
Fine.
Coming up next, it's the newly crowned king of late night, Arsenio Hall. Tonight, Arsenio welcomes Mr. Billy D. Williams, John Boyd, and the red-hot bebopping sounds of Manhattan Transfer. It's the Arsenio Hall Show next, here on Channel 9.
Life's not French Riviera. Believe me, life's not a charity ball. It isn't all a great big bed of roses. It's not like showbiz, but the main thing I could love is we're not the people like they believe me. We know we're doing good. Okay, we may be less than wealthy, but then again we're young and healthy. And anyone who's young and healthy knows that that's the way the traffic flows. It's
No. Oh, please.
I hate it when that happens.
Ladies, can you spare a minute?
Sure, come on in, Howard.
Whoa, Howard, don't you look nice?
You think so?
Yeah.
Then you'd be a good place to start. I belong to this chef's club. This Sunday we're having our annual dinner. We all bring our best dish and pretend we like each other. You want to go?
Oh, I'd love to, but this Sunday my church is having this big baptism and I'm on the mop-up crew.
Okay, religious excuse. Anybody else think I look good?
Cute as a button, but I'm going to the ballet on Sunday.
You want to see guys on their toes? We got a couple of them coming to the party.
Sorry.
You still married, right?
Happily.
Look, last year one guy showed up without a date. He was razzed, insulted, and totally humiliated.
That's terrible.
Actually, it was pretty funny, but I think I went too far. This guy is going to be all over me if I show up alone. What do you say, Ginger?
I want to know why I'm the last person you asked.
Well, I wasn't sure you'd have your nails done by Sunday. Come on, you want to go?
Food sounds nice, but I got a date. Can I bring him along?
Having my date bring a date doesn't exactly solve the laughingstock problem.
Ew, what's going on in here?
Howard's desperate for a date.
You rang?
I didn't hear anything.
Well, Howard, you're in luck. It's an easy week for me socially. The only must-do is Vladimir Lipinski's piano recital. Oh, I wrote away for tickets 6 months ago. He's 98 years old and it's his farewell concert. Oh, I wouldn't miss it for the world. But it's not till Sunday night.
Oh, drat, talk about your luck. Sunday's my chef's dinner. This really tears me up, Nancy.
I'll scalp my ticket.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, we musical entertainers / artists usually cop to 3 main influences. Oh, Blue Eyes, Sinatra. The King, Elvis. And just edging out Bobby Sherman for the number 3 slot is David Seville, father of Alva Theodore and Simon the Chipmunks. I told the witch doctor you didn't love me true. I told the witch doctor you didn't love me nice. And then the witch doctor, he gave me this advice. He said,
What did I do?
Oh, Nancy, I'm sorry. I forgot to tell you your sister called a little while ago.
Gloria? Why would she be calling me?
She's on her way over.
But why would she be on her way over?
I guess she wants to talk to you.
Why would she want to talk to me?
Why don't you answer your own phone?
Jan, sit down.
I have to pick up an order.
Oh, it can wait. I want to ask your advice about something.
Okay. Well, the dress is a little much.
Sit. Jan, my sister Gloria is on her way over, and I don't want to see her. You know, you may not believe this.
It's going to take a long time because this is my table, and I have a feeling you're not going to leave a tip, right? Right.
You may not believe this, but I didn't date much in high school. Would you at least have the decency to express a little surprise?
No. You? Well, I can only assume it was because you're too busy studying.
Wrong. I just wasn't very popular.
No, you...
Don't overdo it. In my senior year, I met Teddy Haver. Oh, he was everything I ever wanted in a boy. Dashing good looks, superior intellect. He was willing to go out with me.
Sounds serious.
Was. till I introduced him to my sister Gloria at the spring dance. I stepped out for a moment, and when I got back, Gloria was in Teddy's arms. She said she fainted.
Who'd be dumb enough to believe that?
Teddy.
Oh, Nancy.
Gloria, what a surprise. We were just talking about you. Well, how nice to see your smiling face again.
Oh, Nancy, it's all an act. Teddy has left me.
Why not take Nancy Howard? She's available and she wants to go.
I take her, I won't be able to drink.
Why not?
Because when I'm with Nancy, I want to hold on to all the inhibitions I possibly can.
Howard, you are going to break that woman's heart.
I'm a chef. I throw live lobsters into boiling water. Breaking hearts is no big deal to me.
You're the ice man.
Excuse me, I'm looking for the lounge.
That way.
Nancy, she's your sister. You should be with her. She's probably crying her eyes out.
Well, yes, I suppose that would be fun to see.
See, you're talking kinfolk here. Remember, revenge is sweet when first they fall, but later you'll taste bitter gall.
Put a sock in it, Cornpone.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, your sister hurt you terribly. But don't you want to show her you're big enough to rise above it?
Yes, that would really frost her knickers, wouldn't it? Thank you, Jan. Howard!
I was showing her my condiments. She's fainted. I can't revive her.
Maybe this will do the trick.
Oh, where am I? Oh, don't tell me I fainted.
Don't tell me you fainted either. Up you go. Out you go.
Well, goodbye for now, Howard. I am so looking forward to Sunday night.
Sunday night? Oh, don't tell me you invited her to the chef's dinner.
Right. It's better if I don't tell you.
Ladies, we are happy. We are very, very happy.
We are?
Yes, extremely, very, very. Look at this beautiful piece of silk I found in the crummiest store around the corner. I can't believe it.
It is going to make a major pair of pants. Major.
I didn't know you made your own clothes.
You think somebody else is making this up? Those little silkworms, they're going to be so proud of my pants. Or blouse. Pants. Blouse.
Blouse.
Major blouse. Yes, so we are very happy.
Hi, how is everybody?
I believe we are very happy.
Is Nancy in a better mood than she was last night?
I don't know. I didn't see her when I came in.
I can't believe Howard asked Gloria. That's really low.
I know. This is going to destroy Nancy.
Oh, wait a minute. I think you're selling Nancy short here. It's going to take a lot more than being stood up on a date to make Nancy crack.
My life is over.
Oh, Nancy, come on, cheer up. It's always darkest before the storm.
I suppose it could be worse. You could have been a nurse.
Nancy, it's not the end of the world.
Well, it's damn close. If only Howard could see that beneath Gloria's smile there lurks a ruthless, manipulative bimbo.
And you said there was no family resemblance.
First she stole Teddy, and now she's after Howard, and I'm helpless.
Oh, Nancy. Let me tell you a story. When me and my brother Travis were kids back in Snyder, we had this hunting dog named Old Blue. Oh, we constantly fought over who Old Blue loved the most. It got so bad, we even had fist fights over it. Anyway, one day we came up with this plan to prove who Old Blue loved the most. So we took this little rowboat out into the middle of a fishing pond and tipped it over, and we yelled for Old Blue to come save us. And whoever he swam to first was obviously his favorite.
Obviously.
So Old Blue jumped into the water, and he paddled like crazy. And suddenly we realized a very, very important thing. Not all dogs can swim.
Amy, I'm not very good at allegories. Would Old Blue be Howard or Teddy?
Old Blue was my dog.
I know that, but what's the point?
The point is my dog is dead.
My condolences.
I thought it was a good story.
If I were a carpenter and you were a lady, would you marry me anyway? Hey, would you have my baby.
I wouldn't even let you panel my den. Nancy, you've got to let Gloria know how you feel about her going out with Howard.
Jan, the Beebys come from a long, proud tradition of repressing emotion. I refuse to forsake everything my family stands for. Hello, Nancy. Hello, Gloria. This is an expected surprise. Let's talk. Dot, I want you to look after the reservation desk for a few minutes. Can you handle it?
Oh, sure. All you do is take reservations and show people to their tables. A monkey could do your job. I'll try.
Hi. I'd like to reserve a window table for 8 o'clock tomorrow night.
Okay. Oh, dear. That may be a problem.
Oh, I hope not. I'm bringing in 3 people who are suffering from acrophobia.
Acrophobia? That is the fear of heights. And you want people to sit next to the windows? You have any idea how high up we are?
Well, I'd say we're...
I had acrophobia. That's nothing to fool around with. The stench of your own sweat, the sour taste of bile rising in your throat. What kind of a monster are you?
I'm a psychiatrist.
Well, then you should know about these things.
Well, I do. I'm just bringing them in to prove they're cured.
Oh, what a sweet idea. Sort of a graduation.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you will get your window table, and I will wait on you personally.
So I guess the bottom line is that I wanted to talk to you about my feelings.
I am so glad Mother and Dad are not alive to hear this.
Look, I want you to know that when Howard asked you out, I felt... Well, I felt real bad.
Nancy, thank you so much for opening up to me. Can I go now?
Not yet. I want you to promise me something.
Name it.
You won't go out with Howard.
Name something else.
You're doing the same thing you did with Teddy.
Well, can I help it if we have the same taste in men?
Gloria, you have my taste in men. Now, am I going to have to spend the rest of my life looking over my shoulder, worrying if I become involved with a man that you'll be there, fainting right and left?
Oh, now, Nancy, you can't hold the fainting against me. That's instinctive. Had I known how much you cared, I wouldn't have bothered. What is Howard to me? A guy in a cute apron.
Are you ready to give them up?
If I must?
You must.
Very well, then.
Well, clean breaks are the best. Why don't you just go in there and say goodbye to Howard right now?
If that's what it takes to bring us closer together, then it's worth it.
Gloria! This approximates a beautiful moment. Look, I know this isn't easy for you, but know that your sister's sympathy and gratitude go with you. Can't our ladies sing this song? Get our waist just by my long.
Gloria, this is my busiest time. I should be in the kitchen.
Howard, this will only take a moment. Sit down, please. Howard, I've had a long talk with Nancy, and, well, I've had to come to a very painful decision.
Don't tell me. I can see by the look on your face. You're saying goodbye, aren't you?
Yes, I'm saying goodbye to Nancy.
Oh, Howard, kiss me. Oh, I see you're still saying goodbye. Gloria? Gloria? Howard! Oh, Jan, the gentleman at table 6 would like... Oh, the hell with it.
Nancy, you better snap out of this.
Jan, I'm so depressed. It's all I can do to smile this way.
You're not smiling.
I'm not. Hurts like I was. Oh, Jan, what am I going to do?
I don't know. Nancy, did you ever read The Yearling? You see, it's a story about a boy and his pet deer. Well, the boy loves this deer very much, but the deer keeps eating the vegetables in the garden, so the father has to shoot the deer. Well, the boy learns a very important lesson from this. You see, the point is, certain realities have to be faced.
I'm trying to get Gloria out of my vegetable garden, and you're shooting Howard. Some advice. No wonder the girls laugh at you behind your back.
All I'm saying is it would be better for everyone if you just set him free. Shut up.
Howard, about you and Gloria.
Yeah.
I won't stand in your way. If you want to dally with my sister, go right ahead. Everyone else has.
476.
steaks and a veal shank, and Howard, we need to talk about Nancy.
Oh, come on. She was just in here being a good sport. I feel guilty enough.
Not yet, you don't.
What am I supposed to do?
What you should have done in the first place. Ask Nancy to that dumb dinner.
I already asked Gloria. What kind of a guy would you think I am?
You dumped Nancy for her. She already knows what kind of guy you are.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, are we in for a treat tonight? We have with us a group of acrophobiacs who, despite their morbid fear of heights, are going to sit by the window. Should be interesting. I know you're all rooting for them, folks. And in honor of these brave Acro-Americans, I'd like to sing a song that should have a special meaning for them. The theme from Vertigo.
I just want you all to know how much I admire what you're doing here tonight. I know from personal experience that it's a tough fear to conquer.
Thank you, Doc.
You see, I was once one of you.
Anyone ready to order?
You might not believe that, me working in a restaurant 55 stories up.
Okay, I'm going to start with the beef tongue.
It's okay, Doctor. I don't mind talking about it. It seems I was apartment sitting for a neighbor who had a cat, and the cat ran out the door and up the stairs, so I went after him. Up and up and up and up. And here, kitty, kitty. Well, suddenly we were on the roof, and the cat was on the ledge, and I was, here, kitty, here, kitty, kitty, kitty. It jumped off. So I ran over and I looked over the edge, and there was a cat right below me on the scaffold. Slowly, I lowered myself onto the scaffold, and it began to sway back and forth and back and forth. It wasn't strong enough for the two of us. A rope snapped.
No.
Yes, one end of the scaffold fell, and I was holding onto the rope, dangling in midair. I heard voices calling for me to jump.
Don't jump.
I was so afraid to look down, but I did. Oh, there's a fireman below me with a net. Suddenly, I fell, tumbled over and over and over and over until, wham, I hit the net. Since then, I've been fine. So, what's it gonna be? Super salad. Good night, Nancy.
Do it. Good night, girls.
Night, Nancy.
What you doing?
Writing a letter to the Peace Corps to see if they have any countries that will take someone with a broken heart.
Oh. Well, have a nice night.
Hello, Nancy. Is Howard ready to go?
He'll be out in a minute. Gloria, I want you to know that I have no further interest in Howard.
Why not? What's wrong with him?
Well, Howard, you look very dashing.
Thank you, Nancy. Gloria, we have to talk.
Oh, Howard, I think we have all night to talk.
Actually, it's later than you think. You see,
Teddy?
Teddy.
I've been looking all over for you. I've made a terrible mistake. Can you ever forgive me?
Of course I will. Oh, I knew you'd come back.
Not you. My wife. Gloria, I think you should know this. I'm not taking you to the dinner. I know you'll be disappointed, but you'll get over it. I think she's taking it very well. I'm so sorry. I'll never let it happen again.
Oh, sweetheart, let's go home.
Yes.
Nancy, thank you for everything. Goodbye, Howard.
Yeah.
Oh, and Nancy, I think I speak for both of us when I say, if you are ever in Philadelphia, please drop us a line.
She means that sincerely. Well, Nancy, you ready to go to the dinner?
Well, Howard, you haven't asked me yet.
Well, I just assumed you want to go.
Howard, you know, I've never said this to a man before. No.
Oh, come on.
No.
Keep playing a coy. We're going to be late.
I'm not going, Howard.
I can't walk in there alone. I'll be the laughing stock of the party.
Tough darts, Curly. Yes, there were times. I'm sure you knew when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall. I did it my way.
Get set for the best late-night fun you can have on television. Arsenio Hall is coming your way next. Tonight, that hair, those teeth and wings, it could only be former Charlie's Angel Farrah Fawcett joining Arsenio, plus the great sounds of the Earth, Wind, and Fire horn section. The Arsenio Hall Show next.
Life's not the French Riviera. Believe me, life's not a charity ball. It isn't all a great big bed of roses. It's not like showbiz, but the main thing I suppose is we're not the people like they believe me. We know we're doing fine. Can we maybe less than wealthy, but better again we're young and healthy. And anyone who's young and healthy knows that that's the way. The traffic flows. It's
Hey, Frisco, how about going to Vegas with me for a couple of days? Just you and me.
You're dreaming, Sonny.
Okay, fine. Be that way. It's not the end of the world. There are plenty of girls in Vegas.
Not in your price range.
I can't believe this. We finally get some time off and nobody has any plans?
Well, who knew we'd get 3 days off while they install the new sprinkler system?
I got plans. Plan to do the fall house cleaning.
Oh, life in the fast lane.
Hey, I got a great idea. How about all y'all coming over to my house on Wednesday night and I'll cook up my daddy's favorite, hog and hominy.
Thanks, but we had that last night.
Well, you probably know it as pork and grits.
I'm happy to say I don't know it at all.
You were saying?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, come on, Howard. I know what I'm going to be doing during this little hiatus. What about you?
Oh, I thought I'd go to a ball game, lift a few weights, shoot a little pool.
What a coincidence.
Yeah, then I changed my mind. I'm going to drive up to Montecito.
Oh, Montecito. Oh, it's so romantic. Especially at this time of year.
Yeah, then swing north up through Bakersfield to the Kern River, do a little fishing.
Ah, the big ones are biting, huh, Howard?
Hey, Nancy, guess what I'm doing for the next couple of days?
Oh, Sonny, I'm aflame with indifference.
Howard?
What?
Guess what I'm doing?
No.
Boy, this is a tough room. Hey, girls, are you ready for this? I'm finally getting my shot.
I think it's too late to cure it.
You're looking at a guy who is opening the day after tomorrow in Vegas. I'm headlining Vinny's Romper Room, appearing daily 4 to 6 p.m., Wednesday through Thursday.
Short gig.
Now, once the word gets out, they're going to hold me over.
They're gonna hold you under.
Excuse me, girls. Does anyone know where the Kern River is? Well, does anyone own any fishing gear I can borrow? And you call yourselves waitresses?
So, what I was getting at was, why don't you all come to Vegas with me?
With you?
Yeah, I hate driving alone. I'll pay for the gas. You don't even have to come and see me play.
You know, except for the idea of having to go with Sonny, it might be fun. The four of us howling around Vegas. Of course, it would mean missing Amy's barbecue.
You just talked me into it.
I've never been to Vegas.
How about it, Jan?
Why not? Rich and the kids won't be back from Oregon until Monday. I can do my fall cleaning in the spring.
Oh, my darling, Clementine, you are gonna stay on forever.
What's going on?
I guess that mechanic wasn't counting me when he said this car would never make it to Vegas.
Oh, Sonny.
I mean... What is that?
This place is called the Iguana Motel. What do you think it is?
A lizard?
Is it dead? You and your shortcut.
All right, give me a break. I'm hot, tired.
And stupid.
At 2, Amy?
Yes?
Oh, our car broke down about 10 miles back.
What took you off the main highway?
I took a shortcut near the sign that said 140 miles to Vegas.
Yes. Fool's Road.
What can we do about the car?
I have a tow truck, and there's a garage right here.
Great.
But the mechanic won't be in until morning.
Oh, great. So I guess we need a couple of rooms. Yeah.
The rate is $100 a night.
What? That's highway robbery.
You're 75 miles from the highway and 90 miles from the next motel. Think about it.
Well,
if we spend more than $100, we'll blow our Vegas money.
we'll take one cabin.
For the 5 of you?
Oh, we'll manage.
This place a pawn shop, too?
People often find themselves short of funds on their way home from Vegas. You're in cabin 1. Here's the key.
Here's the key to the car.
I'll tow it as soon as I finish vacuuming cabin 4.
Well, you do everything around here, don't you?
Well, I'm all by myself here. But that can be fun.
I gotta get off my feet. I need a cold shower.
I gotta get out of these clothes.
Go for it, Rummy.
Raymond,
Yes, Mother.
I hope you're going to behave yourself.
Yes, Mother.
I gotta lie down. Oh, my poor feet.
You're the one who walked all that way with your shoes off.
Yeah, well, my feet didn't cost 75 bucks a pair.
You know, it's really not a bad setup. Push the beds together, we could sleep 5.
Sonny, if we push the beds together, we want your head between them.
Where do you want me to sleep?
On the floor.
Outside in the road.
Under a truck.
Oh, well, think about it. I'm gonna go wash up. Now I know why the room's only $100 a night. Plenty of closet space, no bathroom.
I think I saw a communal shower about 3 buildings down from the office.
You mean everybody's gonna use the same shower, men and women?
When in Rome.
Oh, I gotta get out of these clothes and in something more comfortable.
Shower can wait.
Oh, Ginger, while you're up, would you mind straightening that picture? That poor old woman looks like she's falling off a rocker.
Hey, there's a hole back here. I can see outside.
Well, put the picture back over it so nobody can see inside.
Do a thing like that.
Probably the owner. This guy was really weird. He reminded me of one of those creeps you find in an adult bookstore at about 3 o'clock in the morning. Once I had to get change for the phone.
Sonny, would you mind stepping outside while we change our clothes?
Why me?
Sonny, now. No whining. Anybody hungry? There's a vending machine in the office.
No, I'm really not very hungry. Nah, me either.
I'll pass.
Okay, but when I come back with mine, I don't want to hear anybody saying dibs. Hello?
Sorry. This was pawned by a Benihana chef. What can I do for you?
I need some change for the machine. Tell me, Mr.
Call me Raymond.
Raymond, do people really come back for their stuff?
Some. Some are never heard from again.
Yeah. You are kind of off the beaten path here. Must get lonely sometimes.
Oh, not really. Whenever I feel the need to talk, I have Iggy here. And my other little friends. My hobby is taxidermy. You know, stuffing things.
Yeah, well, busy hands are happy hands.
Yes.
Yeah. My soda.
I warned you, Raymond.
Mother, please.
I didn't raise you to be a bad boy. You think you can get away with this, but you can't. You'll be found out. And then what will happen to me? Shut up! Shut up!
The thing is that he told us he was all alone out here, but I heard him talking to his mother behind the curtain. And then it dawned on me who he reminded me of when he was standing there with that knife.
Howard?
Norman Bates.
From Psycho?
Come on, Dot. You think about it. Norman Bates ran a motel. Raymond runs a motel. Norman Bates was into taxidermy. Raymond is into taxidermy. Norman Bates had a peephole looking in to cabin 1. Raymond has a peephole.
Raymond, cut it out. We know it's you.
Who's Raymond?
Sonny, get in here. Look, it's bad enough we're alone on the desert. The last thing we need is your paranoia.
Sonny, what the heck are you doing out there? Spying on us? Get in here.
Just making absolutely sure you were all decent before I came in.
Oh, Sonny, I'm actually glad it was you.
Really? Why'd you keep your clothes on?
Dot has this crazy idea that the guy who runs this motel is just like the guy in Psycho. You know, the one who stabbed Janet Leigh in the shower?
Are you kidding? The guy that runs this motel is no murderer. It's a wimp.
Yes?
Hello. I've brought you some towels. I thought one of you might like to take a shower.
What was that?
Coyote, he's harmless.
Not if he has an Acme Dynamite kit.
Look at us. This is ridiculous. None of us is getting any sleep because Dot has an overactive imagination. I mean, what has this man done?
He's waited, just like Norman Bates waited.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the sensible ones. Now, the only thing that this guy is guilty of is he's ashamed of his mother. He doesn't want us to meet her.
We're all guilty of that.
I don't think there is a mother. I think Raymond is suffering from schizophrenia, and he is his mother.
Now, you all might like scaring each other to death, but I would like to get some sleep. So please, Sonny, turn out the light.
Who's gonna walk me to the bathroom?
I can't think of anyone. Can you?
Oh, come on. I walked each of you to the shower.
That's because you didn't want to stay in the room by yourself.
So no one's going with me, huh? I guess this tells me who my friends are.
Yep, pretty much says it.
Okay. But if anything happens to me, you're gonna have to live with the guilt for the rest of your lives.
Right. Dot, turn out the light.
You scared the life out of me.
I was just standing there, enjoying the show.
Show? What show?
The sun is too hot during the day, so most of the desert creatures do their hunting at night. I like to watch them dining under the stars.
You really ought to get cable. Hey, you look like an uptown guy, so I know you'll understand this. I'm having a little cash flow problem, and I was hoping my car would hold up till I got to Vegas.
Las Vegas. I've never been to Las Vegas.
Hey, your kind of town, they'd love you there. Anyway, I've got a gig for big bucks, and I was kind of hoping that I could pay for the car on my way back to L.A. How's that grab you?
I don't like to be grabbed. I have a policy here.
Who would have thought this trip would have been such a disaster? I mean, tomorrow's the most important day of my life. And here it is, 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't have a car, I don't have a bed, and I don't have your trust. I might as well kill myself.
That won't be necessary. I think I can provide you with a resting place.
feel just like I did when I was 5 years old when I was waiting for the pirates to jump out from underneath my bed.
There were pirates under your bed.
I don't know. I was always too afraid to look.
Sonny's been gone for over an hour now. Maybe the pirates got him.
Don't start.
Maybe he got lost.
How could he get lost on the way to the bathroom?
You know Sonny and his shortcuts.
I hope he didn't have to go real bad.
Why are we kidding ourselves? We know he isn't lost. We know exactly what's happened to him.
No, we don't, Dot. It's time we found out. Come on. Let's go see Raymond.
Pirates under the bed!
Raymond? Raymond? Oh.
Nobody's here.
The knife. What knife? I don't see any knife. I know it's gone.
And look what's in its place.
Sonny's jewelry.
Sonny would rather die than part with that. I knew it.
All right, this is not the time to say I told you so.
Oh, poor Sonny.
Why don't we look on the bright side? What is the bright side?
Well, at least now he has something in common with one of his heroes, Glenn Miller. What? They're both probably dead.
But suppose not.
Oh, I don't know, Jan. That plane's been missing an awfully long time.
I'm talking about Sonny. Suppose Raymond hasn't had time to stuff him and mount him.
Yes.
No! Look, we're wasting time. Sonny might still be alive. We better call the police.
Right. Where's the phone?
In the office.
Perhaps it is too late.
No, we don't know that. But we better try now while there's nobody in the office.
You try. I'm not going to end up on the counter with Iggy.
Jan is right. We've got to do something.
Okay. But if he stuffs me, he better get the eyes right. No.
Come on, Amy.
I ring a change. He keeps it behind the counter.
Did I startle you, dearie? I'm sorry, it must have been the knife. I was in the back chopping up ham and green peppers. I told Raymond if he's going to charge these appalling prices, the least he could do is throw in breakfast. So I'm making you a nice Denver omelet.
An omelet. Sounds good.
What's in the Denver omelet?
You mean what's in this Denver omelet?
Listen, it's really very nice of you, but we don't want you to go to all that trouble.
Oh, it's no trouble. Although I could use an extra pair of hands. But maybe you'd like your egg sunny side up.
Oh, an omelet's fine, really.
Well, omelets it is. Oh, it is so good to have someone to talk to. Raymond doesn't let me out very often.
I wonder why.
Sometimes I think Raymond doesn't want me here at all.
Well, Raymond is a very big boy now. Maybe he doesn't need you anymore.
What are you saying?
When I was a little girl, I didn't have anyone to talk to, so I made up this imaginary friend, and I talked to her, and I talked for her, and she became very real to me. And as I got older, I found I didn't need my imaginary friend anymore. Get it?
I don't think so.
Take off the dress, Raymond.
Right. We know it's you. Have you considered therapy?
Mother! I told you to stay in the kitchen. No. Mother, will you just go away? No, I will not go away.
I will. Did you have the same trouble trying to get rid of your imaginary friend?
What are you doing here?
We were just looking for Sonny.
Don't worry about him. He's been taken care of.
Oh, I can see that. So one way that Sonny would part with his jewelry.
Oh, Raymond, have you been a bad boy?
He's been a very bad boy.
What have you done with Sonny?
I put him in the laundry room. I figured the sheets were dirty already.
Oh.
Hey! Thanks for the hour, Mom.
Sonny, where have you been?
Raymond let me sleep in the laundry room. He threw that in when I hiked my jewelry for the car.
Oh, Raymond, you did it again. You make people pawn their valuables because they can't pay their bills because you jack up the prices. You don't even have a pawnbroker's license. The Better Business Bureau will come and cut you away. And you know why? Because you didn't listen to Mother. Raymond, don't you run away when I'm talking. Raymond, you come back. Raymond.
We were so worried about you.
You were?
Oh, yeah, Jan thought you were dead.
You mean you're really glad to see me?
Oh, yeah, very glad to
Aw. Well, you know, the car's not going to be ready for a few hours, and we want to be fresh when we get to Vegas, so why don't we all go back to the cabin and hop in the sack?
I think she speaks for all of us.
But you're glad to see me?
Well, I heard his side of the story, but how did Sonny really do in Las Vegas?
Actually, he did pretty well, considering that Vinny's romper room turned out to be exactly what it sounds like. A place where the high rollers leave their kids while they go off to gamble.
Kids were a little restless during Misty, but he really killed him with I'm a Little Teapot.
He invited him back next year, but I don't think he's gonna go.
Yeah, one kid spoiled it for all the rest.
Well, Sonny should have known better than to hold a 2-year-old on his lap while he sang Let Yourself Go.
On the other hand, who else would sit on Sonny's lap?
You've been pretty quiet about your fishing trip, Howard.
Yep.
Well, what, they weren't biting?
Fishing was great. Went to my favorite spot, Kern River, right above the falls. Dropped anchor midstream. Was pulling him in right and left.
Sounds great.
It was a disaster. Suddenly I heard something crashing through the underbrush. I thought it was a moose. Then I heard,
Oh, Howard!
Nancy!
wearing everything in the LL Bean catalog.
So what'd you do?
What could I do? Cut anchor and went over the falls.
Coming up next, it's the man of your dreams, Freddy Krueger. The deadly demon who brought nightmares to Elm Street is now lurking on Channel 9. Don't bother to run. Don't bother to hide. He knows where you are. Freddy's Nightmares is coming up next. Sweet dreams.
Life's not the French Riviera. Believe me, life's not a charity ball. It isn't all a great big bed of roses. It's not like showbiz, but the main thing I suppose we're not the people that they believe me. We know we're doing good now. Okay, we may be less than wealthy, but then again we're young and healthy. And anyone who's young and healthy knows that that's the way. The traffic flows. It's
It seems we stood and talked like this before. We looked at each other in the same way then, but I can't remember where.
Oh, Ginger, I know you're up on the latest fashion, and I need an honest opinion. Now, what do you think of this dress?
Looks like you shut your drapes.
So much for Brotherhood Week.
Amy, my mother is driving me crazy. When she comes out here to visit, she expects to see movie stars. She thinks I'm deliberately keeping them out of the house.
I didn't have any problem when my daddy came out here. He's a sewage engineer, you know. All he wanted to see was the slosh and spill off.
Any stars hang around down there?
And laugh before and love before, but who knows?
How about here and now?
You talking to me?
Hi, I'm June Darnell. I'm a big fan of yours.
Well, we've got something in common already. I'm a big fan of mine, too.
You're very talented.
Well, I believe that when you have a gift, you should share it with others. How about sharing your gifts with me, please?
Sounds like fun.
Can I buy you a drink?
I've already got one.
How about a coat?
Okay, Daddy, I'll see you tonight. Bye-bye. Dot, your mom's still in town, isn't she?
Only for another 76 harmonious hours. I love her. I really do love her. But I'm here, and she's there, and I'm feeling guilty, and she's feeling bored, and it's fine. We do this every year.
So you're not going to be any help. I just got a call. My dad's in town. I was hoping you discovered some trendy new in-spot to take parents. Oh, so much easier when we were kids, and we got to be bored, and they had to entertain us.
Well, you know, if your father's not doing anything and her mother's not doing anything, why don't they do something together?
Yeah, let him drive her all over town.
Yeah, let her go to batting glove night at Dodger Stadium.
Ginger, it's a great idea.
The best. In high school, I wasn't voted Miss Totally Together for nothing.
Mom, are you sure you don't mind?
I told you whatever you want is fine with me.
I knew you were going to say that. You always do.
Say what?
Whatever you want is fine with me, and then you tell me how much you'd rather be doing something else.
Well, I would rather be staying home tonight.
Oh, come on. You'll have a good time. Jan's dad is warm, he's gentle, he's a lot of fun.
He sounds like a Cocker Spaniel. I don't know why I let you talk me into this in the first place.
Because all you do is sit in that apartment and wait for the Wheel of Fortune to come on.
I'll never understand why somebody will buy a vowel when the whole word is practically spelled out. They spend $250 and whatever you want is fine with me.
Sonny, let's not beat around the bush. I've got something you want.
No, I'll buy that, but only if I have to.
Do you want me? A simple yes or no.
Yes. Yes, 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 and yes.
Let me show you this brochure.
Oh, forget the brochure. Whatever it is, the answer is yes.
Sonny, this is going to be the most romantic night you've ever spent.
Yeah.
The entire evening we'll look into each other's eyes. We'll feel each other's hot breath.
Yes.
Sign here.
Yeah.
You'll lift me up in your strong arms. Oh, 2 forms of identification, please.
Oh, yes, yes.
You'll carry me across the living room, our lips locked, as we head straight for the bedroom. Oh, where you'll throw me down. And you'll start to undo my...
Yes.
Could you sign here just one more time?
Anyway.
Thank you.
Thank you. Peaceful Gardens, plot number 142.
Congratulations. You're now the proud owner of your very own burial plot. Well, I gotta go. See ya.
What about the most romantic night I ever spent?
Well, that was it.
She's right.
Dan, I really don't want to do this.
Come on, Daddy, give it a shot. You didn't like my mother, maybe you'll like Dot's. Mrs. Higgins, this is my father, Will Frankel. Dad, this is Harriet Higgins.
Harriet, how are you?
Will, nice to meet you.
You know Dot.
Hi, Dot. How are you?
Have a seat.
Would you like some wine? Red or white?
Red.
Why?
Right.
Well, I think they're hitting it off.
Really?
Do you realize what this could lead to? I can see us now at Thanksgiving. Everybody's eating turkey. You and I are next to each other at the adult table. Just one big happy family.
Dot, let's not turn this into a Norman Rockwell painting.
What's wrong, Sonny?
There's not enough time to explain.
What's this? A burial plot? Oh, my gosh. Sonny, why didn't you tell me?
Tell you what?
But you're dying.
I'm not one who likes to share bad news with those who mean so much to me.
Here's your change. Would you like some more coffee?
Oh, no, thank you.
Everything okay?
Oh, the food was excellent, and the service was even better than the food. You're very pretty.
Oh, go on.
No, I mean that.
Me too. Go on.
You're very, very pretty, and everything was just great.
Thanks.
I know I'm rushing things, but I can't get over the idea that we might end up sisters.
Next thing you know, you'll have us sharing a bedroom and fighting over who gets the top and who gets the bottom bunk.
No, I won't. Which one would you want?
Top bunk. Okay, you can have the top bunk.
Thanks, sis.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the happiest waitress of them all? Ginger St. James.
You bet your sweet glass I am. You want to hold down the happy? We're trying to work here.
Girl, I just got $100 tip. $100 tip. This is too cool.
Let me see.
I'm not gonna let this burn a hole in my pocket. I'm gonna save it for a rainy day.
Good idea.
Or maybe I'll buy a pair of sunglasses. Those will come in handy if it rains.
I never got a tip this big before. I wonder why the guy left it.
I'm sure you'll be able to ask him tonight after work.
You mean he thinks for a pair of sunglasses? Oh, honey, forget it.
You weren't supposed to see that. And besides, I didn't want to be a bother to anyone.
A bother?
Yeah, this is the kind of thing you want to keep private. When it happens, and it could be soon, I just want to slip off into the night and, like they say in show business, leave them wanting more.
Sonny, is there anything I can do?
You mean, like, go say, grant a dying man his last wish?
I guess so.
You still haven't heard from your secret admirer?
No, I told you that was a tip, not a down payment. How'd your folks get along last night?
Not too bad. When they left, my dad was telling Harriet his old Navy stories. Must have felt comfortable because he knows how boring those are.
Well, Harriet seemed to find them very interesting.
Yeah, she's a giggler, isn't she? But you know, they seem to hit it off just fine. This whole thing was your idea.
Well, a lonely man, a lonely woman. Doesn't take Dr. Ruth to come up with a solution.
Well, you have my thanks, and I'm sure you have Doc's too.
Jan, my mother didn't get home last night. What's your excuse? What? When I got back to my place, there was a message on my machine. She said that she was fine and not to worry, that she'd be home sometime today. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Have you talked to your father?
No, he's staying at a motel.
Isn't that convenient?
Let's not jump to conclusions.
Who's jumping to conclusions?
I'm sorry, I was.
You don't actually think that my father... I mean, my father...
Yes?
Oh, come on, Doc. My father's old enough to be your father.
Then why doesn't he act his age?
Will you two stop it? Nobody knows exactly what went on, so why assume the worst? Or the best, depending on where you're coming from.
You better stay out of this, Ginger. Nobody's forgetting it was your idea in the first place.
You just thanked me a minute ago.
You thanked her? Your father should have thanked her.
Last night, you both thought it was a good idea. What is so terrible? I think that it is beautiful that two lonely people in their twilight years can find each other and kick the gong around.
Howard, I need your advice.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do about Sonny.
Best thing you can do is just ignore him. He'll go away, kind of like Walter Mondale.
Howard, I've got some really bad news. Sonny's dying.
Tell him to quit singing My Way.
That kind of dying, Howard. He's gonna meet his maker.
Is Geppetto still alive?
Howard, I'm serious. He didn't want anybody to know. I just found out by accident.
What's wrong with him?
He's got this lingering disease that decided to get a move on. Oh, Howard, I shouldn't have told you. Please don't tell anybody else.
Yeah, okay. Damn, if this is true, it's almost sad. Guy didn't say anything to me, his best friend.
I thought you didn't like him.
I don't. He's not my best friend. I'm his. Although I do like him better now that he's dying.
I think we all feel that way, Howard.
Jan, I just got off the phone with my mother. She's back at the apartment. She didn't even sound guilty about being out all night.
Why should she?
I always feel guilty.
Dad, you might as well face it. These things happen.
I know. Of course, that is a little easier for you to say. I mean, it is your father, and we all know there's a double standard.
It's not always the man's fault.
Well, I don't think we're talking about fault here, Jan. I don't even think fault enters into it. I think we're talking about seduction. A sweet and innocent middle-aged woman comes to the big city, meets her daughter's best friend's father. Naturally, her defenses are going to be down.
Maybe her defenses weren't up that high to begin with.
Jan, you're talking about my mother.
And she sounds like a lovely lady. Think she'd like a weekend in Vegas?
Howard, what are you doing out of the kitchen?
I thought I'd give this to Sonny.
Why?
I've been feeling sorry for the little jerk lately. Look at him all sort of puny and pale.
Yes, he does rather look like the lounge singer's poster child. So, this is the other side of Howard Miller. Well, I'd like to get to know that other side.
Don't breathe on the whipped cream, Nancy. Yeah.
For me? Why?
You put up a good front. You're a brave little guy, Sonny.
What are you talking about?
Amy told me all about it. We're gonna miss you, kid.
She wasn't supposed to say anything to anybody.
I don't blame her. She had to share her grief.
Well, thank you, Howard. Boy, I bet this thing's loaded with cholesterol.
What do you care,
He's here. Who? The Big Tipper. Told ya. Maybe he thinks I need some shoes to match my sunglasses. You're back so soon.
You remember me?
In my prayers.
Did I leave you a $100 tip last night?
You don't remember? Oh, you really are a big spender.
Yeah, well, see, the thing is, I meant to give you a big tip. I did. To be perfectly frank, I was trying to impress you.
Oh, you did.
But I didn't want to impress you all that much.
What are you saying?
It was a mistake. I thought I left you a 10. I'm so embarrassed. Can I have $90 back?
Sure. I'll have to go get it. It's back there burning a hole in my locker.
Wait. I don't suppose after what's happened, maybe I could ask you out for a date sometime?
Why not? I date poor people.
Okay. Sometime after work?
Okay. I won't be too hard to find. I'll be the girl behind the Foster Grants.
Dot, we're both overreacting. Our parents are mature adults. They can do whatever they want. I just hope when I'm their age, I can be a little bit more discreet.
It's just hard to live with. I mean, it's bad enough when you think about your own father doing that to your mother, but someone else's father.
Hey, Dot, how'd your mother make out last night?
What do you mean by that?
Oh, I just wondered how she got along with Jan's father.
They're just good friends.
Oh, okay. Boy, they sure didn't waste any time, did they?
Happy? Now it's all over town.
Hey, you're the one who started making the seating arrangements for Thanksgiving.
Before I knew your father would treat a visit to his daughter like a sailor on a 3-day pass.
It's the woman who decides where, when, and if. Your mother obviously decided here, now, and what the hell?
You know, Jan, we used to have a cat like your father. I wish we could take care of him the way we did Mr. Jiggs.
I don't see why my father has to take all the blame when evidently your mother's easier to make than toast.
Hey, if there's going to be any hair pulling, would you back away from the food?
Hey, Amy. Hi, Ginger.
Girl, you look like somebody who just lost a $100 tip.
Did you ever break a promise, Ginger?
Maybe once.
If you promised someone that you'd grant him his dying wish, and it was something really disgusting, would you do it anyway?
Honey, I'd wait for him to die.
That's an idea. But suppose he lingers on.
Well, a dying wish is a pretty solemn promise.
Hi. Hi. Dot here yet?
Why, you bring a gun to work?
Oh, Ginger. I feel just terrible about those things I said to her last night.
You should. You both should.
I know. The ironic thing is, nothing happened. I talked to my father. They took the night boat to Catalina, had breakfast in Avalon, took a tour of the island, and came home.
Really?
Yeah.
Then why do I feel disappointed?
Jan, Dot, I want to apologize. Talk to Mom. Nothing happened. I know. I thought when she said she spent the night with him, she meant, you know, kicking the gong around. Imagine them driving all the way to Pismo Beach to taste the clam chowder.
Oh.
And then they got lost and ended up in Solvang and ate some Danish pastry, and what's the matter?
My dad left out the part about the Danish and the clams. Don't forget the clams.
You mean their stories don't match?
What difference does it make? As long as nothing happened.
Hey, Ginger, would you believe I'm a landowner?
You planning to build?
No, I'm planning to deteriorate. I bought a burial plot.
How's that?
I was in a bar last night. Met this really sexy blonde. We hoisted a few. Before I knew what happened, she sold me a burial plot. Then she gave me every reason not to die.
Do you remember which cemetery?
Peaceful Gardens, plot 143.
I knew it. Sonny bought plot number 142 right next door.
There goes the neighborhood.
You're kidding. I'd rather be dead than buried next to Sonny.
Man, Sonny told me he was dying, and that's why I agreed to grant him his last wish. I couldn't even tell you what that last wish was.
What's the big deal? Sonny's only ever had one wish.
Amy, I'm glad you're here. Bad news from the doctor. I'm going fast. Said you're going to have to grant my last wish tomorrow night between 10 and 10:30.
Yeah, well, you can stop the medicine show, Sonny. I ain't buying any more of your snake oil. You're not dying.
I'm not?
No, and you're not getting any last wishes off of me. I'm saving them for my husband.
Well, you win some, you lose some. It's a good thing I got a backup.
What?
Yeah, you know the cigarette girl down in the lobby? She's on this fabulous tobacco guilt trip. Anyone's dying, she feels responsible. Even though there's no conclusive medical proof that she's actually caused anyone's death. Can you dig it?
Hello, dear. I don't want to hold you up. I just came to say goodbye.
Mother, we have something to discuss.
Oh, it must be serious. Whenever you call me Mother instead of Mom, I know something's up.
You didn't go to Pismo Beach.
Oh, I know that.
Then why did you say you did?
I was telling you what you wanted to hear, like you did to me in high school.
Mother, I was an irresponsible teenager, and even then, never on the first date.
Dot. Other kids' parents get to do what they want when they go out. Why can't I?
If other kids' parents jumped off the Empire State Building, would you?
Are you going to send me to my room?
Oh, you're right. I'm sounding just like you. I'm sorry.
Hi, Jen.
Hi.
Harriet.
Hi,
Nice to see you here.
Daddy, you're a big boy now. You don't have to make up stories about taking the night boat to Catalina.
I thought it a pretty good story for the spur of the moment.
I couldn't have gotten away with it.
No, you wouldn't. Harriet, we've been caught. She didn't buy night boat to Catalina.
I thought we agreed on Pismo Beach.
Oh. Look, we really didn't mean to upset you.
Oh, you didn't upset us. We were just a little...
Nauseous. I was nauseous, but I'm fine now.
Glad to hear it. Listen, I've already said my goodbyes to Harriet. I just dropped by to tell you I'm leaving tonight. Thanks for everything.
But, Daddy, you practically just got here.
Well, I told you I was only going to be here a couple of days. I hung this visit on a business trip to Flagstaff. I have a meeting there in the morning.
That's your dad, Jan. Love him and leave him.
Bye, Daddy.
Harriet, as soon as I get finished with this business, I'll certainly give you a call.
You do that.
All right.
Hey, 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 hey!
Bye.
Honey, I had a great vacation, a wonderful time. I'll call you next week.
Okay, bye. I love you.
Bye, darling.
Bye.
Bye, Jan.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Scott, I didn't know your mom was leaving tonight.
Oh, it's sort of a spur-of-the-moment thing. She's like that. Always wanted to see the Grand Canyon.
Grand Canyon still in Arizona?
As far as I know.
How about Flagstaff?
Arizona, right near the Grand Canyon.
Oh.
Coming up next, it's the man of your dreams, Freddy Krueger. The deadly demon who brought nightmares to Elm Street is now lurking on Channel 9. Don't bother to run. Don't bother to hide. He knows where you are. Freddy's Nightmares is coming up next. Sweet dreams.
Life's not the French Riviera. Believe me, life's not a charity ball. It isn't all a great big bed of roses. It's not like showbiz, but the main thing I suppose we're not the people like they believe me. We know we're doing okay. Okay, we may be less than wealthy, but then again we're young and healthy. And anyone who's young and healthy knows that that's the way the traffic flows. It's a living.
Hey, Ginger, how you doing?
Lousy. I've got to stop dating Bernard. He asked me to do the one thing that is a complete turnoff.
What makes men think they can ask women to do disgusting things just because they like them?
He asked me to marry him.
The slime.
Boy, have I got great news. My neighbor's going to be in a play, and he gave me 2 tickets for Sunday night, and I'm going to take one of you. Who wants to go? Oh, come on, one of you's going to have to go.
Not me.
Me? How come?
I think it was the sound of desperation in your voice when you said you had great news.
I am not desperate. How about it, Amy? I'll give you money.
Who else is going to be in this play besides your neighbor?
The other members of the drama club from the Glendale VFW.
How much money?
I should not have to give you money. This is the chance to see an evening of exciting experimental theater. I mean, how often do you get to see Eugene O'Neill's The Iceman Cometh, performed by men in uniform carrying rifles?
The Iceman Cometh is a very long play. Lasts about 5 hours.
They're doing it in double time. Please, Jim, I promised I'd go.
Sorry, Dot. Why don't you just take some guy you don't like and want to get rid of?
I wish I had a guy like that. Things are a little slow right now. So don't tell me that in my hour of need, my friends desert me. That's a lot. Now I'm going to have to ask either Sonny or Nancy. Is that what you want?
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea to me.
Right. How come guilt doesn't work on you guys? Works on me. That's why I'm going. Sonny, you know the way you're always wanting to go out with me? Or anyone for that matter?
Yeah?
Well, how would you like to go see a play with me on Sunday?
Just my luck. You get hot for me the one day I can't go. For the next 3 weeks, I'm dedicating myself to a great humanitarian project. I call it Lounge Aid. What do you think?
What is it?
I'm putting together the largest group of lounge singers ever assembled from all over the city. We're singing our hearts out for a worthy cause.
That's nice, Sonny. What's the worthy cause?
Me. I figure it's a great way to meet Quincy Jones. He always gets involved in those things. And you know he's going to want to produce my records once he meets me. But I'm all yours if you can hold out for 3 weeks.
Sorry, Sonny. This was a once-a-year desperation sale. Hey, Nance, can I talk to you for a moment?
Nance? Why are you calling me Nance?
It's a term of endearment. I thought that I would make an effort to improve our relationship.
Oh, well, just don't tell me you're going to send me one of those dreadful balloon bouquets.
I thought that if we saw each other socially, we might relate to each other in a different way. So, I'm inviting you to see a play with me on Sunday.
Oh, Dot, that's very nice of you. But thank God I have a date. Maybe some other time?
Sorry, Sunday was it.
So who are you going out with on Sunday?
Oh, well, actually, I've been seeing someone new for the past few weeks. A girl can't wait forever.
Jan, this fish can't wait forever.
The man I'm seeing is European royalty. Count Hermann von Werfel of Austria.
A count? Very impressive. Where'd you meet him?
At the laundromat. Oh, but you could tell right away the kind of man he is. No holes in his underwear.
Showed you his underwear?
Oh, I noticed as I was folding them. Oh, royalty could be so helpless. Anyway, we've been seeing quite a bit of each other lately. And on Sunday, he's taking me to a party at the Austrian consulate, which is why I can't go with Dot. Or anyone else, for that matter.
Austrian, huh? Just couldn't say no to those little leather shorts, could you?
Howard?
What?
You wouldn't want to go to the Glendale VFW production of The Iceman Cometh on Sunday, would you?
They gonna have their uniforms and rifles?
Yeah, how did you know?
I saw them do Sound of Music last year. They're great. I'd love to go.
Then I guess we have a date.
I guess so. That's terrific. Wonder how they're gonna work that bayonet routine into The Iceman Cometh.
So, Ginger, how was your weekend?
Rough. Bernard asked me to marry him again last night.
I don't know why you feel this way about marriage. I like it. I get a real sense of satisfaction from the commitment to the relationship.
I am committed to my relationship with Bernard. And my relationship with Jeffrey and my relationship with Daniel. Guess I gotta get some of this commitment out of my system before I'm ready to settle down.
Oh, don't tell me Dot still isn't here.
What's the matter, Nancy? Can't wait to hear about her date with Howard?
Oh, I couldn't care less about the man. I'm perfectly happy with my social life, just as it is.
You tell him, Countess. Or am I jumping the gun a bit?
Perhaps a little. But he does like me. He calls me his little Leider Machten Fausenlaben. It's such a romantic language, isn't it?
I'm sorry I'm late. I had to stop at the bookstore for this.
Complete works of Eugene O'Neill.
Just a little gift for Howard.
Gifts? Why are you buying him gifts? What did he do to you?
Easy, Your Highness. You're not interested in the man, remember? Why are you buying him gifts? What did he do to you?
He didn't do anything. We just had a very nice time, and I thought he might like it.
You mean the play was good?
Oh, the play was awful, but Howard is a very funny heckler.
Funny? I hate hecklers.
Oh, you're right, but the play was so bad. Everybody was doing it, and Howard does this really funny thing with his hand in his armpit.
I don't know about you, but I'm just dying for details.
Well, I'm not going to concern myself. It's not as if Howard asked her out. She asked him, and he was polite enough to go. It means nothing.
Is Dot here yet?
Hi, Howard.
Hey, don't tease us. You've got rifles. Use them! Just wanted to tell you I had a really nice time.
Oh, me too.
And if you're not doing anything Sunday, I've got tickets to WrestleMania.
Oh, sounds great.
Terrific. See you later.
Details. I want details.
Hey, Dot, after work, a bunch of us are going down to the vertical plane. You know that new club where they make you stand outside and pick which ones are going to get in?
What if you don't get in?
Oh, we probably won't get in, but there's usually a lot of cute guys who don't get in either. So we sort of stand outside and have a rejection party on the street. You want to go?
Oh, no, thanks. One of Howard's friends is opening a new cafe, and we're going to go by there later for a drink.
You seeing Howard again? Oh, this is going to kill Nancy, and I hope she doesn't find out from anyone other than me. So, you two are becoming quite an item, huh?
Oh, well, we are not an item. We've just been out 5 or 6 times. We're just friends.
Oh, Nancy, wouldn't you say that if someone were to see somebody about 5 or 6 times, that they could be considered an item?
Well, if you were discussing my relationship with Count von Werfel, it's over. His mother fixed him up with some baroness.
We were discussing Dot and Howard.
You've been out with Howard 6 times? You know when 2 people work together and see each other on the side, it can be bad for the morale of their fellow workers.
I don't think it's bothered anyone.
Want to bet, Cookie?
Hey, Amy, you're not going to believe the response I'm getting to Lounge 8. Listen to this lineup. Besides yours truly, Sonny Man, I've got Ronnie Starr, Bobby Bright, Dickie Day, Nicky Knight, and Erwin Kapinski. They're all great guys, except for Kapinski. I always feel like he's hiding something.
You know, Sonny, I still don't understand how this Lounge Aid thing is going to work.
Oh, well, each lounge singer is responsible to bring a snifter full of money, and then we give it away. Oh, we have a party.
Sonny, you've got to give it away.
Yeah, I know, but to who?
Well, Hands Across America, they raised money and gave it to America's homeless.
Good idea. I don't get it. The people are homeless. How do they know where to send the money?
I don't want to do this now.
Howard, I am placing an order for supplies tomorrow morning, and I want to know what's going on in your kitchen.
I'll tell you what I need later.
How many large cans of applesauce?
I don't know, 5 or 6.
Oh, 5 or 6. They seem to be your lucky numbers.
What?
Artichoke hearts? How many of those would you like to break?
You're making less sense than usual.
How many cans do you want?
I usually get 5 or 6 of those, too.
Well, that's easy to remember. 5 or 6 applesauce, 5 or 6 artichoke hearts, 5 or 6 dates with Dot.
Is that what this is about?
I don't want to talk about it.
Fine by me.
Although it may interest you to know that I'm instituting a new rule which forbids employees to date each other.
You can't do that.
If I feel it's affecting the work of others, I can.
Does that mean we can never go out?
Doesn't apply to management. Just you and Dot.
You can't enforce a rule like that. What are you going to do, follow me around 24 hours a day?
Okay.
You know, I tried calling you this afternoon, but your line was busy forever.
I was talking to Howard.
Oh.
Oh, Jan, I'm a little confused.
It's simple. Bobby Ewing was dead, now he's back. So you can do those things when you're rich.
I was talking about Howard.
Oh.
I mean, most of the time we have a great time together. You know, lots of laughs, no pressure. And then every once in a while I'll look at him and there'll be this man standing there.
Who is it?
It's Howard. Only he's a man. You know, not Howard the chef, not Howard the quiet guy I work with, but Howard the man. And I'm sort of attracted to him.
Howard?
That's just the way I say it. Why is it so difficult for a man and a woman to be just friends?
Because women have stuff and men have stuff. Didn't your mother have explained this to you?
I know how it works. Who would have thought Howard had any stuff?
So, we can do?
I don't know. I guess let nature take its course. Next time that man shows up, maybe I'll find out what he's like. Be a lot easier if he didn't have Howard with him.
Here's a letter from a company that says we can save a fortune if we garnish our dishes with reusable plastic parsley. Maybe we should go have a drink after work and discuss the merits of such a move.
I've got plans for after work.
You're not seeing Dot again, are you?
I told you, my relationship with Dot is none of your business.
And I told you that your relationship is against company policy.
We're just friends. What's the difference?
The difference is that you'll be jeopardizing your jobs if you continue to see each other.
Hey, Dot, how would you like to have dinner Sunday?
I'm warning you.
Sure, Howard. Where do you want to go?
I may not be able to fire you, but I can make your lives miserable.
How about my place?
Sure, why not? Your place sounds fine for a friendly little dinner for two.
Ronnie Starr to see Sonny, man.
Oh, he's right over there.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Sonny.
Ronnie!
How you doing? Beautiful, thank you. Thank you very much. Nice place you got here.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. So, what are you doing here?
Well, I've been talking to some of the guys. We were wondering how come you haven't heard from Quincy yet. You said you guys were really tight.
Well, we are really tight. As a matter of fact, he sent me this letter today.
Oh.
Hey, come on. Hey, that's personal.
Dear Mr. Mann, we are sorry to inform you that Mr. Jones's schedule does not permit him to participate in your Lounge 8 fundraiser. We wish you good luck. This is tight? He calls you Mr. Mann, man.
Just to be very hip. Or is it hip? Hip, hep. I never know which is which.
Doesn't matter. The guys and I got together. We all decided that, well, all of us except Kopinski. No Quincy Jones, no Lounge 8. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, and Sonny. It's hip.
Dot, I'd like to talk to you about your date with Howard tomorrow night. I'd like you to do Nance a little favor.
Look, Nancy.
Nance.
Nance. Why do you keep after Howard when he tells you over and over again that he's not interested in you? Do you really love him?
Of course I don't love him. I love the challenge of him. I'm like a mountain climber, and Howard is my Mount Everest. I may climb other mountains while I wait my turn, but it's Everest that I want.
But why?
Because he's there.
Boy, Sonny, you look sadder than Uncle Earl's old corduroy coat.
There's not going to be any Lounge 8. Quincy Jones isn't coming, so all the guys dropped out.
That's terrible.
I know. Quincy could have done a lot for me.
It's terrible because now you're not going to be able to help the homeless.
Oh, yeah, that too. What am I going to tell all these people who show up here?
Why don't you do Lounge 8 by yourself? Then you can still help the homeless.
Oh, get serious. How much money can I raise by myself?
Multitudes were fed with just 2 loaves and 5 fishes.
You want me to give them fish sandwiches?
Sonny, you can do miracles if you just have faith. Those needy people, they're depending on your help. And you can do it, too, if you'll just try your hardest. That'll be good enough for them, you'll see.
Hey, Amy, I'm hip.
I think that's hip, Sonny.
Hi.
Hi.
Should I come in?
Why?
So we can have dinner.
Right. Of course. Come in.
Nice. Really nice.
Nah.
No, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Would you, like to, sit down?
Why?
So we can have dinner.
Oh, right. Of course.
what to make for dinner. Since I cook all week long, I wanted to do something special.
That's nice.
I ordered pizza.
Fine. Whatever you want. For dinner. For whatever.
You, nervous?
I'm dying. I'm wearing dress shields to keep my dress shields dry. You?
I haven't been this nervous since, I have never been this nervous. Silly.
Very. Nice place. No. Nice.
Look, Dot, I don't think we're going to be able to have dinner with us like this.
You're right. I can't eat and feel this stupid at the same time.
All right, look, we're both adults, and I think we know what's going on here.
What's going on here?
Don't make me say it. But I think it would be better if we, kiss now.
Kiss?
As a test, just as a test. Make things easier. Can't go on like this.
Okay, maybe you're right. We'll kiss.
Now?
Now's fine.
Goofy.
Very goofy. Oh, Howard, that was awful. What a relief.
I'm glad to say it was pretty horrible for me, too. Mind if I lose this tie?
Knock yourself out.
Some wine to celebrate?
Absolutely. Whew. You know, Howard, you really should get some color in this place.
I like this color.
Hey, Sonny, you ready for your big night?
Some big night. The only other lounge act that showed up was Kopinski. I wonder what he wants.
Details. I want details.
Nothing happened.
Nothing?
Nothing. One kiss.
One kiss is not nothing. When you're climbing Everest, one kiss is at least a base camp.
Look, even though Howard made me promise not to say anything, I'm going to let you ask me one question about last night. One question about my personal life, and then that's it. Now, what do you want to know?
Did anything happen?
Nothing happened.
Isn't this the way Godfather 1 ended?
Well, Erwin, I guess it's just you and me, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to Lounge Aid, a two-part harmony presentation to benefit the homeless in America.
Hold it, Sonny. It's the full chorus.
Hey, Sonny, man. Hey.
What are you doing here?
You got to us. You sounded really sincere about helping these people. All of a sudden, didn't matter whether Quincy Jones was going to be here or not. We just wanted to help.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your support of Lounge Aid. Look at me. Hey, I'm as helpless as I get down off a tree. Hey, and I feel like I'm clinging to a cloud. I can't understand. I get misty, Mr. Man. Thank you. Just holding your hand. Look at
Are you ready for the Arsenio Hall Show? He's ready for you with tonight's guests, Tapper Gregory Hines, the great actor Tony Curtis, and jazz guitarist Stanley Clarke. There's always something worth staying up late for with the Arsenio Hall Show, coming your way next on Channel 9.
Life's not the French Riviera. Believe me, life's not a charity ball. It isn't all a great big bed of But the main thing I suppose is me. We're not the people night. Believe me, we know we're doing fine. Okay, we may be less than wealthy, but better again, we're young and healthy. And anyone who's young and healthy knows that that's the way. The traffic flows. It's
Matilda, Matilda, oh, Matilda, she taking me money and I run to Venezuela. Modulation now, Matilda, 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 she taking me money and I run to Venezuela. Everybody now, Matilda, Matilda, Venezuela.
Probably because of your singing. Hey, you're welcome. Here's the advance payment.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Arbogast. Well, I'm sure the evening will be a great success. My waitresses and I are looking forward to your little charade.
Oh, one more thing. Let everyone on your staff know that at precisely 9 p.m., all lights will go out. During this blackout, the so-called murder will occur. When the lights come back on, the actor playing the detective will help the club members figure out who done it.
Ooh, it sounds like great fun. Well, we've never had a murder at Above the Top.
I feel so coming.
Although frequent atrocities have been committed at the piano.
Janice, my salad. Are you going to start on me, too? What? Sorry, Amy. I just found out that Richie's mother's coming to town, so I'm already into my defensive mode.
Oh, I met Richie's mother at the wedding, and I thought she was really helpful, the way she showed you how to cut the cake.
Girls, I have further instructions for tomorrow night. When you're setting up, don't light the candles. As part of the mystery, there will be a complete blackout of the restaurant. And where will you be when the lights go out?
Putting up barbed wire.
Did Mr. Arbogast say anything more about us playing parts in the mystery?
Well, he's persuaded me to play the part of the incredibly wealthy and beautiful Mrs. Hancock. And the part of the waitress I'm assigning to Amy.
Me? I'm no actress. Of course, I did play Little Mary Sunshine in high school.
You've been Little Mary Sunshine all of your life.
What about me, Nancy? I mean, I am the actress.
Oh, not to worry, Dorothy. I thought you'd be right for the part of Vilma. Vilma is a floozy, a tramp, a round-heeled bimbo with the morals of an alley cat.
I can play that.
Oh, I'm so excited about tomorrow. I just love all those old hard-boiled detectives. Sam Spade, Philip Marlowe, Philo Vance. I read them all. Of course, I can always figure out who done it.
You like Sherlock Holmes?
Yeah, I like Sherlock Holmes. Good detective. Great clothes.
Decide what to wear for my costume tomorrow night. Jan, you're my closest friend. What have you seen me in lately that makes me look really, really cheap?
Anything. Stop. Forgive me, my mind was on other things. Richie's mother's coming to stay with us tomorrow.
Oh, I thought you two got along.
Oh, Richie's mother's not the problem. I'm the problem. I just gotta learn to accept her for what she is. Impossible.
For those of you who are visiting our fair city, I'd like to say welcome to L.A., home of the Brooklyn Dodgers, the Minneapolis Lakers, the Cleveland Rams, and the Oakland Raiders. And now it's request time at Above the Top. You say it, I'll play it.
I have a request.
I don't want to hear it.
Well, that was going to be my request.
Why don't you get lost?
That was going to be my next request.
Which fell out first, Jack? Your hair or your brains?
How'd you like to wear your piano?
Sir, we all admire your musical taste, but perhaps it would be best if you took it elsewhere.
Okay, I'm going. First, I want to smack the little worm.
Hold me back. Hold me back.
Hit the road. We don't allow more than one loud mouth in the restaurant at a time.
Hey, piano man, I'll catch you sometime when your mother ain't around.
Boy, I'm glad Nancy stepped in when she did. I was going to kill that guy. You know, if he ever steps foot in here again, I will kill him.
Oh, Sonny, calm down. He was merely echoing the sentiments of music lovers everywhere.
Hold me back.
Mr. Arbogast, you and your fellow club members have certainly dressed the part.
Oh, we take these entertainments very seriously. By the way, we'll be starting our little mystery pretty soon. Are you the only staff member in costume?
This isn't a costume.
Don't change it. You look like you stepped right out of the 40s.
Oh, thank you.
Amy, isn't this exciting? Yeah, but I'm scared to death. Why? Because I'm afraid I'll forget my line.
All you have to say is, would you care for soup or salad? You must say that 20 times a night.
I know, but that's real life. This is acting.
Well, acting's easy. All you do is talk louder.
Sure hope this doesn't take very long. Gotta get to the airport to pick up Richie's mother. Wish I got tired of the roof rack.
Oh, come on. We've all been with backseat drivers before.
She sits in the front, and she resets the buttons on my radio.
Give her a hint that you're displeased. Reach into her chest and rip her heart out.
Yeah, I bet she'd hate that.
Fellow members, the high point of the evening is soon to start. As a matter of fact, I do believe our hero is about to arrive.
Ooh, if you don't look like you just stepped out of the Maltese Falcon, Mr.
Call me Sam. You don't look too bad yourself, Angel. In fact, you look better than a LaSalle coupe with white wall tires and a new paint job.
Well, you're not exactly a walking eyesore yourself, Shameless.
Feel free to finish your desserts and coffee. Just a reminder, the year is 1942. Our country is at war. At 9 o'clock, the Civil Defense Corps has called for a blackout of the entire city. And when this blackout occurs, fellow members, terrible events will follow.
I just love the smell of trouble. It's like bacon in the morning.
If you like trouble, why don't you pick up Richie's mother at the airport?
Would you care for soup or salad? Would you care for soup or salad? Would you care for soup or salad?
I saw that happen to a waitress once before. They had to shoot her.
If anyone asks, I'll be getting into costume. The next time you see me, I'll be a cheap floozy. What do you think?
I think it'd be a good career move.
Howard, can I talk to you? I'm in a bind.
Oh.
My refrigerator conked out. I checked the warranty. It expired during the Johnson administration. I got a new fridge arriving tomorrow, COD. Howard, can you lend me $100 till the end of the week?
Gee, I'd like to loan you the money, Sonny. No, I wouldn't.
Gotta find some way to come up with that money. I'm in big trouble, Jan.
You're in trouble. You don't even have a mother-in-law. I hate hating my mother-in-law. It's such a cliche. Trouble is, she knows I hate hating her, and she uses it against me. Howard, how did you handle your mother-in-law?
Got a divorce.
Thank you.
Oh, well, the entertainment is about to begin.
Pretty entertaining in here.
Where's Dot?
Getting ready.
Oh, good. Well, Howard, it's showtime.
I'm certainly all aflutter.
Well, aren't you going to ask me to break a leg?
Ah, what's the use? You probably wouldn't do it anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment of truth is at hand. Let us project ourselves back to that wonderful year of 1942. Gas rationing has slowed us down to 35 miles an hour. We're all humming Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy. How Green Was My Valley has just won the Oscar. And everybody's favorite detective is on another case.
I don't know whether it was coincidence or fate that brought us to the same restaurant on the same night.
Ah, General and Mrs. Hancock, so glad you could join us. I've alerted the entire staff to attend your every pleasure.
General Hancock had hired me to trace his illegitimate daughter, Angela. He'd walked out on the kid's mother right after she was born, and it had taken 20 years for him to catch a dose of remorse. It hadn't been hard finding her. Angela was no angel. She worked as a waitress in this restaurant, but waitressing was a front for an older and more lucrative profession. Word was out that Angela spent more time on her back than a garage mechanic. Little did Hancock suspect that the young lady waiting on him was his own daughter.
Would you care for soup or salad?
We'll both have the soup, please.
Little did Angela suspect that Hancock was planning to write his wife out of his will and leave his fortune to her. You see, Hancock suspected his wife was trying to kill him. He had a hunch. The piranhas in the swimming pool hadn't been an accident. Mrs. Hancock had been afraid the general would leave her ever since she'd begun to lose her looks. Suddenly, all eyes were on the entrance as Vilma made hers. She had more curves than Mulholland Drive and was twice as dangerous. It was common knowledge that she and the general were more than good friends, and her jewels were living testimony that Charlie Chaplin wasn't the only tramp who'd made it big in this town.
Good evening. Are you alone?
You mean in now or as the general rule?
Suddenly, the lights went out. The room was blacker than a coal miner's hand towel. A shot rang out. Somebody screamed. There was a smell of cordite and bitter almonds. When the lights came back on, General Hancock was face down in his soup bowl. I checked him out. He was deaded in King Tut. I looked for clues. There was a bullet wound in his chest. He was clutching a soup spoon. In my seasoned detective's eye, noticed one definite peculiarity. His tie was on backwards. Something was missing. Bullet wounds come from bullets, and bullets come from guns. Where was the gun? Ma'am, could I see your purse?
What for?
I want to borrow your lipstick. I had all the evidence I needed. I now knew who killed General Hancock. Do you?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard the challenge. Can you solve the crime?
No question. Vilma did it. She had the gun.
What about motive?
Jealousy. She had the gun.
What about the necktie?
False clue meant to distract us. Vilma did it. She had the gun.
You've heard one very strongly voiced opinion. How many of you agree that Vilma was the murderer?
Great. The crime is solved. I can be at the airport in plenty of time. Should have told her to meet me at the curb. You know what I really hate? It's when she refers to me as Richie's present wife.
I'm sorry, but something just doesn't wash here. See, Vilma is the only one who had no motive. It's obvious she had a good thing going with the general. But we know why his wife might want to kill him. See, she was afraid that he would leave and take his fortune with him, especially since she had lost her looks. And Angela. Look at Angela. Now, Angela had a motive. Revenge. Maybe she wanted to pay back the general for what he had done to her and her mother.
You mean Vilma didn't shoot him?
See, Angela knew that her father was coming to the restaurant that night. The maitre d' had alerted the staff. So she had enough time to get her hands on some cyanide and slip it into his soup. That would account for the smell of bitter almonds. Mrs. Hancock knew that there was going to be a blackout that night. Everybody knew it. So when the lights went out, she got up from her seat, walked around behind her husband, and strangled him with his necktie. Vilma knew that the general was afraid that Mrs. Hancock was trying to kill him. So she came to the restaurant that night to shoot Mrs. Hancock. But during the blackout, Mrs. Hancock had moved. So when the lights went out, Vilma shot the general by accident.
In other words, you're saying...
What I'm saying is that the general was poisoned, strangled, and shot. All three of them killed him.
Gotta hand it to you, Angel. If I didn't always work alone, I'd ask you to be my partner.
Well, the show's over, girls. Back to your victims.
Can I get you an after-dinner drink? Oh, I guess you've already had an after-dinner drink.
Mr. Arbogast said that no one should leave before the police arrive. We're all potential witnesses.
It just occurred to me. If no one's been allowed to leave since the murder, that means the killer is still out there.
Everybody in the dining room. The police are here.
We'll have to wait for forensics, but it appears the death was caused by a knife thrust to the back.
Ain't no flies on him.
Wait a minute, there's something funny here.
Oh.
He's wearing a false mustache. And a wig.
Well, don't that take the rag off the bush. Sonny, that's the same guy you had the fight with last night.
Oh, come on, give me a break. Do I look like a murderer?
Can you tell me exactly what was said during this alleged quarrel last evening?
Well, our alleged piano player, Mr. Mann, said... Isn't this hearsay? Because I heard him say it.
You can tell me here, lady, or you can tell me downtown.
Well, Sonny said, and I'm sure he meant this in the nicest possible way, that if he ever saw him again, that he was gonna kill him.
Oh. Come on, I never saw that guy before last night. He heckled me. I don't even know his name.
We know his name. He's Johnny Denbo, notorious loan shark. Go through his pockets, boy, see what you can find. Are you sure you never saw Denbo before last night?
Hey, do I look like someone who would lie? Oh, only about my age. My height. Okay, so I never even met Sybil Shepherd, all right?
That's all? No wallet? It's funny, Denbo always carried a lot of cash on him. It's a list of names with amounts of money next to them. All checked off except for one. Sonny Mann. $4,500.
I never borrowed money from that guy. I swear it. I'm not the borrowing type. Ask anybody.
You ever borrow money from any of you?
I already paid you back.
Has Mr. Mann mentioned anything to any of you about being in financial difficulty?
Well, yes. No, not really. Well, yeah, in a way, I suppose.
You know the penalty for withholding evidence.
Well, he did sort of allude to something like that earlier, very vaguely. I think what he said was, I gotta find some way to come up with that money. I'm in big trouble, Jan. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention.
Check the area for clues. Some stuff in here. Note this down. Assorted sheet music.
Hey, I'm a piano player.
A copy of Boy's Life.
I only buy it for the article.
And one wallet belonging to Johnny Denbo.
Oh. I have no idea how that got in there, I swear.
Empty. Ever see a loan shark with an empty wallet?
Hey, you think I took the money? Hey, look, I don't have a penny on me.
Do people always tip you with $500 bills? Must be over $4,000 in here.
Whoa, that's amazing. I didn't even think he was playing that well.
Hold it. I know what you're thinking. Just because you found that money in his snifter, you think Sonny murdered that man and stole his money? But you're wrong. Sonny couldn't possibly have done it. You don't know Sonny. You don't know his character.
Thanks, Doc.
Sonny is much too spineless to commit murder.
She's right.
It is obvious what happened. The murderer planted that money in Sonny's snifter in order to frame him.
And what do you suppose this alleged murderer had against him?
Could be almost anything. Everybody has something against Sonny.
She's right.
Book him.
Wait a minute, wait. Have you ruled out the possibility of suicide?
You mean Johnny Denbo snuck over in the dark, put all of his money into the snifter, snuck back to his table, and stabbed himself in the back?
Sounds possible to me.
Take him downtown.
Oh, Sonny.
Oh, this is terrible. Sonny, is there something we can do for you? Do you know a lawyer?
Yeah, he's suing me.
Okay, let's move it.
Look, wait just 1 minute.
What is it now?
Now, I know that all the evidence points towards Sonny, but there's just one problem. Sonny couldn't possibly have committed the murder.
You got some amateur detective theory?
Well, think back to when the murder was committed. Remember everything that happened once the lights went out. Remember that during the blackout, the piano kept playing continuously. Therefore, Sonny couldn't possibly have been at the piano and at the victim's table all at the same time.
But if Sonny didn't commit the murder, who did?
I think I can answer that. No one. And thank you.
I hope you all enjoyed our second little puzzle of the evening.
You mean I didn't do it? I'm innocent? I'm free? All right, get these handcuffs off me so I can get back to the piano. Leave them on. Get these handcuffs off me.
Coming up next, it's the man of your dreams, Freddy Krueger. The deadly demon who brought nightmares to Elm Street is now lurking on Channel 9. Don't bother to run. Don't bother to hide. He knows where you are. Freddy's Nightmares is coming up next. Sweet dreams.
Life's not the French Riviera. Believe me, life's not a charity ball. It isn't all a great big bed of roses. It's not like showbiz, but the main thing I suppose is we're not the people's life. Believe me, we know we're doing good. Okay, we may be less than wealthy, but again we're young and healthy. And anyone who's young and healthy knows that that's the way. The traffic flow.
Look at that face, just look at that fabulous face of yours. And the first look I took at it, this was the face that the world adored. I looked at those eyes and look at that nose.
Oh, yes, Mr. Whalen, of course. I'm always available to speak to you or anyone else in the hotel's chain of command. No, I feel it's not simply my duty, but a distinct pleasure. Excuse me? Was I sucking up? Oh, I didn't mean to suck up. No, I feel that sucking up is a quality that... Yes, touche, Mr. Whalen. Shallow and dull. Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say. You know, you've always impressed me with your ability to turn a phrase. Am I sucking up again? Oh, very well. I'll see you here shortly. I'm more than eager to... Mr. Whalen? Mr. Whalen?
Mr. Whalen.
Oh, some lightweight hotel honcho. Mr. Whalen rarely calls and practically never comes to the restaurant. Something big must be in the works. I want everyone to stand tall this evening.
What you see is what you get.
Well, Dot Higgins, what a pleasure to see you at Above the Top.
Don't toy with me, Nancy. Just say it. Dot, you're late.
Dot, you're late.
But I can explain.
But I'm not interested.
But this one is interesting. See, last night after work, I went to the laundromat, and there I was all alone when two masked gunmen burst in. They wanted my money, they wanted my body, they wanted my laundry. They wanted anything that ended with the letter Y.
Woody, get to work.
Hey, Nancy, what would you say if I asked to leave early tonight?
Off the top of my head, no.
Oh, come on, Nancy. It's a light night. Besides, I want to get a head start on the weekend.
No way.
Nancy, you are a hard case.
I got a business to run.
Well, if you ran your life the way you run your business, you'd be a pretty lonely woman.
Hey, Tex. A friend of mine's let him use his condo in Palm Springs for the weekend. What say you and me saddle up and mosey on down?
I don't mosey, Sonny, especially with a road apple like you.
Right. They start calling you cute little nicknames, you're halfway there.
5 of them, Howard. 5 desperados and a woman alone with her laundry. What do you think?
I think I asked you, why do you have a bandage on your ankle?
Oh, right. Well, see, I was separating the light-colored wash from the dark-colored wash.
I don't care anymore.
See, telling it wrong.
I've got to get out of town this weekend. If I stay home, I'm going to have to clean. Maybe I'll go to the beach.
San Diego. I need some action. Action? What kind of action? Amy, action is action. You know, I like to look before I leap. That way, I don't get hurt.
That way you don't get anything.
Mr. Whalen, I've been waiting for you. Oh, it's so very good to see you.
Right. Let's get down to brass tacks. In 2 days, a guy and his wife are coming to the hotel. I'm shipping them in from France, land of the free, and they're being comped all the way. Out-of-pocket expenses to the hotel, 4 G's. I am talking investment here.
Oh, well, they must be very important.
Well, he is. The guy's name is, Francis Rotti. Ever hear of him?
Well, I'm not sure. Francois Roti?
Whatever.
Well, he's one of the most distinguished chefs in Europe. He founded L'École Cordon Blanc.
Oh, yeah. Well, now he's the restaurant critic for one of those credit card magazines. So we are talking major French wahoo coming to my hotel. Guy gives us a good review, tables fill up, prices go up. Bad review, we're in the dumper. Well, you're in the dumper because I'm going to house clean. So make sure this Rotti guy eats happy. Got it?
Oh, for you, Mr. Whalen, anything. You know, I've always felt that of all the hotel's executives, you are the man to listen to, the driver, the... I think I'm sucking up again. I've got to work on that.
Right.
As I was saying, when the spin cycle stopped, I was still putting money in the dryer, so I twirled around.
You tripped and turned your ankle.
No, you're getting ahead of the story.
And a fascinating story it is. Why don't you tell me the rest of it when we get to Palm Springs, in the condo, in bed?
No. You're right. I tripped and turned my ankle. Have a nice weekend.
Dad, I just want to show you the world of hip as I know it and live it. You're the only one I've asked. The only one I want to ask. You're the only one I'll settle for.
2 Scotch Rock.
Hey, Ginger, I'm not going to ask the married broad. How about you and me, Palm Springs this weekend right after work?
You got it, Sonny.
Okay, I'll ask the married broad. Jan, I can smell a marriage going sour a mile of... You got it, Sonny?
That's what I said.
Get lost, Red. Who needs you?
Oh, she's not really going to go. No, of course not. It's a joke. It has to be. I just can't wait till she gets to the punchline.
Howard, I hate to interrupt.
We both hate it,
But this is important. Francois Roti is coming to the restaurant on Monday.
The great Roti. Wonder if little jerk still smells like marzipan. He opened cooking school in the States. I studied there for a while. I remember he used to go back to France twice a year to snotty up.
Well, I take it you two aren't close.
He once said, my flame was too high.
I've always said that about you, Howard.
And of course, there was the incident.
What sort of incident?
He broke the Escoffier oath.
What's that?
Can't tell you. It's a secret among chefs. So's a handshake.
Howard, hotel management is pressuring me to make Roti happy. Now, he's going to write a review. So you've got to do your best, mon chéri.
Don't talk French, Nancy.
French is the language of love.
People look stupid when they talk French. Even hockey players. Don't do it, Nancy.
Night.
The joke's over, Ginger. That bag better contain pop-out snakes and a dribble glass, or you've gone too far.
Nice shorts, Sonny.
You know, killer shorts. Chicks say they make my knees look sexy.
Wait, Ginger, you can't do this.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, she can.
No, Ginger, I don't think you really understand the meaning of the word earthworm as it applies to Sonny.
Of course she does. She knows an earthworm when she sees one. She just knows how to get behind it, right, Ginger?
Well put, Sonny.
Let's split, babe. These chicks just want to rain on our parade.
We're doing more than that. We're trying to blow up the floats.
Don't do this, Ginger.
Not with Sonny.
Think about it. You're going to ride in the elevator with him alone. No offense, Sonny.
No offense taken.
Then you're going to sit next to him in the car all the way to Palm Springs. No offense, Sonny.
No offense taken.
Then you're going to spend the weekend with him in a condo. No offense, Sonny.
Oh, I'm sorry. What'd you say? I was thinking about what I was going to do in the elevator.
Bye.
Ciao.
Can't wait till Ginger gets here. Why?
Oh, come on, Amy. You're just as anxious as I am to find out what happened between her and Sonny.
That's not true, Jan. There's a saying in Snyder, curiosity killed the cat.
Sounds like Snyder's a hotbed of philosophy.
Where's Ginger? I got here early just so I could hear all the sordid details.
Amy thinks we shouldn't be putting our noses into Ginger's affairs.
Why not? I live for stuff like this.
What are you going to talk about? I mean, either Ginger and Sonny, or Ginger and Sonny didn't.
Amy, if you spend a weekend with a guy in Palm Springs, chances are there's going to be an in there somewhere.
Let us remember that the guy we are talking about is Sonny. If Ginger with him, she would never forgive herself.
Hard to say. To is human, to forgive divine.
Come on, Jan. Think about it. Can you really believe Ginger and Sonny?
No. Of course not. Impossible. No. Matter of fact, when she gets there, I'm not even going to mention it to her.
None of us should mention it to her. We'd all look like fools.
Oh, ladies, I really could have used another day. You know, I didn't want to come in tonight, but I figure I might as well just get out there.
All right, make it fast, or else.
Well, I really don't like to kiss and tell, but... Okay, I'll tell you. The man was good. Now, I know he might not seem like much, but sometimes, good things come in stupid-looking packages. When we got down to the condo, well, we didn't even make it to the bedroom because the carpet in the living room was so plush that the two of us just...
Stop her! Somebody stop her!
I really had you going, didn't I? You really believe me? Me and Sonny...
What, are you crazy?
No. Sonny and I had a deal, right? That if he paid for the gas and the food, that he could hang with me. So he became known as the guy who was with Ginger. It immediately upped his self-esteem, and I went looking for Mr. Right.
Did you find him?
No, I found Mr. Half-Right. He was good enough for the weekend.
In case you've forgotten, Francois Roti is coming to the restaurant tonight.
Oh, let me take his table, Nancy. I promise the pressure won't affect my waitressing at all.
Too bad. You had nowhere to go but up. Jan, you take him. Ginger, stand by. Amy, I want you assisting. Oh, and Dot.
Yes.
Mingle with the busboys.
We almost make it this time.
We heard you didn't even come close.
Wasn't so bad, really. A lot of the chicks were knocked out by the fact that Ginger let me pay for her meals.
You didn't mind that Ginger found somebody else?
It's her loss. Besides, no swinger wants to be tied down to the same broad for the entire weekend. Well, Ginger played. I went to Frank's place.
You went to Frank Sinatra's house?
Mm-hmm. I sort of climbed right over the wall to his estate.
Didn't anybody mind?
It's hard to say. Someone shot at me. I didn't know whether to duck or let the bullet hit me so I could take home a souvenir.
Nancy, I'd like you to meet Francis Roti.
Roti.
Right. Anyway, as you say in France, mi casa es su casa. Nancy, take care of me. Eat hearty, Francis.
Francois.
Yeah, right, whatever.
Oh, Monsieur Roti, I can't tell you how pleased we are to have you dining at Above the Top.
Try.
We're pleased to have you dining at Above the Top. But we were expecting your wife as well.
Oh, no. I sent her instead to your Disneyland. I've always liked your Walt Disney, especially Snow White. There is something I find exciting about a woman who spends time alone with dwarfs.
Oh, you French.
Oh? What about us?
Oh, nothing. You French, me American. Oh, Jan, would you like to take Monsieur Roti to his table?
Oh, I'd be delighted. This way, Monsieur Roti.
Merci, mademoiselle.
I'm sure you'll enjoy your dinner.
Perhaps. And who, may I ask, is cooking tonight?
The chef's name is Howard Miller.
Howard Miller. A large man with a face that does not move. I love L.A.
Roti sent back the beef Wellington?
Said it tastes like corn dogs.
Where is he? Where is the man who perpetrated that abomination on my plate?
Monsieur Roti, please.
So, we meet again, Roti.
Mon Dieu, it is you. You with the flame that was always too high.
You know, I was saying the same thing to Howard myself earlier. Isn't it funny how
Stay
two
out of
minds
this,
can-
Nancy. This is between Chef Boyardee and me.
So, you wish to make the American joke, Howard?
Don't call me Howard. You're an American now. Try pronouncing your H's.
I would be happy to. horse face,
Liver lips.
skinhead, frog, whitey.
Please, there must be a more civilized way of dealing with each other.
You're right, Nancy. How do you say let's take this outside in French?
I will take nothing outside except my pen. And I will write a review that will have you cooking mush at a retirement home in Hackensack.
Hackensack. So much for him. Who cares what he writes?
I do. If he writes a bad review, we'll both be cooking mush in Hackensack. Whitey.
You know, folks, I experienced something today you probably don't know anything about. It's called inspiration. It's a gift. It's given to a special few. Galileo found it in the stars. Benjamin Franklin found it in a thunderstorm. And Sir Isaac Newton found it in a fig. Well, I found it in a little cookie that works right here in the restaurant. Amy, this one's for you. Amy, 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 you're the filly who can tame me. If I'm wacko, can you blame me? Since I'm a wacko over you. Amy, 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 oh no. Though the other girls defame me and insinuate I'm gamey. Amy, it's not altogether true. Amy, when you catch your magic spell. Amy, I see visions of a cheap motel. Amy, 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 so I let my heart betray me, and I'll never be the same me. Let them take me out and spay me. If you say you won't come through, well?
Don't ever do that again.
He is a man who would call himself chef. I laugh. Ha. Who is it?
It's Nancy Baby.
Entree. I presume you have come to talk to me of Howard?
Monsieur Roti, Howard is a fine chef. I just can't believe the food was that bad.
Oh, you're right. It was quite good. Excellent, perhaps.
Well, then why did you send it back?
We go back a long way, Howard and I. But unfortunately for him, there was the incident at l'École Cordon Blanc.
Ah, yes. Howard mentioned that incident.
Well, then you know he found out I obtained my eclair recipe from Sara Lee. He ratted to the pigs. I didn't care how he cooked tonight. I knew I would write a bad review.
But that's despicable.
True, but I am French after all.
Okay, Frankie, let's talk turkey.
I like that bird.
If you write a good review of Howard and show it to me, I will, how you say, show it to you.
In France, we like to say, you show me first.
In America, we like to say, you don't get to play until you do your homework.
Where's Nancy? I haven't seen her for a while.
She went to Roti's suite.
What?
She said she was going to save our job.
Oh, boy, that guy's trouble. I'd better get down there.
Oh, Howard, you don't really think he put a move on Nancy?
He's French and he's married. What do you think?
Fini. Now, you show me yours.
But you didn't mention the dessert.
I didn't have dessert.
The more I see, the more you'll see.
I'll take it.
So will I.
Quick, mon Dieu, my wife, into the bedroom.
Into the bedroom? This isn't a Molière farce.
He's the life of a Frenchman. He's a Molière farce. Oh.
Hello, François. I have seen Disneyland and it is merveilleux.
Oh, how nice for you, Chouchou.
Yes, they have there a submarine ride where you can see fake fish in their natural habitat. Formidable. But now I am pooped. I must have a lie down.
No, please, my darling, not now. Please, I have the sickness of the stomach.
Oh, poor François. What can I do for you?
Well, you can go. Yes, and get me some stomach stuff.
What kind of
Well, the one with the little pink sponge that soaks up the stomach acid. Oh, my darling, please, thank you. What are you trying to do? Destroy my happy home? Quick, quick, the little idiot has forgotten something. What?
Hi, snail breath.
Howard!
Nancy, nothing's worth what you're doing here. Not the restaurant, not your job, not even me.
Howard, you don't understand. I had no intention of doing anything with him.
Come on, you're coming with me.
Look, Howard, I appreciate your defending my virtue.
Well, I've always been a sucker for lost causes.
Howard.
Yes.
Shut up. Well, Roti, the game has changed. Instead of show and tell, we'll be playing post office. If I don't see a good review, I'm going to mail this peignoir to your wife. You can explain how I got it.
Agreed. The food was excellent.
And Howard is cute.
Yes, that too. But I never had a problem with that.
Yeah. Well, Howard, you got here in the nick of time. Another moment and I would have been damaged goods.
Don't worry, Nancy. I sort of made a vow that's never going to happen.
Bye-bye, baby.
Very nice.
This is very attractive.
Really good
night. Good night, Nancy.
Nancy, I want you to know that I appreciate what you did for me tonight. And I thought you might like to go out for a drink.
Well, Howard, I'd love to.
Great. Okay, I'm pretty booked up this week, but we'll stay in touch. Old habits.
Stay tuned for Carol Burnett, right here on Super 18, Wisconsin's Super Station.
Life's not the French Riviera. Believe me, life's not a charity ball. It isn't all a great big bed of roses. It's not like showbiz, but the main thing I suppose is we're not the people like they believe me. We know we're doing good now. Okay, we may be less than wealthy, but then again we're young and healthy. And anyone who's young and healthy knows that that's the way. The traffic flows. It's
Well, what do you think?
What is it?
One of Richie's sculptures. Must be an old one. I found it way back in his closet. I like it. What do you think, Dot?
Well, I don't know much about art, but I do know what I like.
You like this?
Hey, what do I know?
Amy? Well, I don't really care for any sculpture that isn't somebody on a horse.
Maybe that is somebody on a horse.
Oh, good. You're all here. I need to talk to you.
Oh, can it wait? I gotta go to the little girl's room.
Why does the little girl's room always sound so right coming from her? Well, I need someone to volunteer to write something about the restaurant for the next issue of our company publication.
Excuse me, I have to set up.
Jan?
No, thanks. You wrote me in the last time. You had me write a human interest story on the hotel bowling team. None of them were interesting, and only half of them were human.
Ginger.
That's your job, Nancy, and you're not dumping it off on me.
You're right. I am dumping. But what's the point of being boss if you can't stick someone else with the really putrid jobs? Amy, you look to me like someone with a journalistic bent.
Well, I did write the coming events column for our high school paper.
Heady stuff. Looks to me like you're the man for the job, Amy. I'd like you to write an article for our hotel newspaper.
Really? Great.
Now, if you run into any problems or have any questions, don't hesitate to seek me out.
Oh, there's one thing, Nancy.
Oh, so soon, Amy.
What do I write about?
Well, just remember the 5 journalistic W's. Who, why, what, when, and where.
Okay. Who?
But write about Ginger.
Why?
Because you're the new girl.
What? When?
By Thursday.
Where?
Oh, wear anything you like.
All right, let's start with some deep background. Where did your family originally come from?
Ireland.
Isn't this lovely?
I think it is. Richie did it.
Well, like Renoir, I see he's rejected the central role of subject matter in favor of depicting the more urgent moment.
Yeah, I love it when he does that stuff.
How extraordinary to find this Cellini-like delicacy in a work of baser materials.
Well, that surprised me, too.
Oh, Jan, this is much too good to be wasted here. I'm going to put it at the entrance where those who know can appreciate it. Oh, that is, if Richie wouldn't mind.
Well, he's out of town for a few days, but I don't think he'd mind at all.
Yes, I'll put it on the pedestal in place of the potted palm. This is so much nicer, and I won't have to water it.
Come, mothers and fathers throughout the land, and don't criticize what you can't understand. Your sons hate your daughters, they're beyond your command. Your old road is rapidly aging, so get out of the new one if you can. Lend a hand, for the times they are a-changing. Bob Dylan, the conscience of the 60s. A man whose music touched the soul of a nation. A courageous troubadour who made us each take a long, hard look at ourselves. After my break, I'll sing another song you made a bundle on.
Oh, I wish Richie could see this. It's the first time his work has ever been admired by someone who didn't have to.
I can't believe he had it stuck away in the closet.
Well, sometimes I think he's not the best judge of his own work.
He's very good, Jan.
I think he is. But I'm never quite sure if it's his ability to capture the essence of an object or whether it's just because he's got great legs.
I often ask myself the same thing about Howard's raspberry grunt.
Wouldn't it be great if Richie could sell some of his work? I'd love it if he could make a living as an artist.
Well, I'd love it if you could make one as a waitress.
Oh, right. No, I was dressed this way for something.
I told you, Amy, no personal questions.
Then what can I ask?
You may ask where I was born.
I know where you were born.
The readers don't.
Right. Where were you born?
I was born in Buffalo, New York.
What did your daddy do?
He waved to me from behind that little window.
Oh, you're going to be a tough one, aren't you?
Say, miss, is it okay if I take a few of these matches?
Oh, help yourself.
Little souvenir to take back to Joplin.
You here on vacation?
Yep, I plan to go back to Joplin with all the Hollywood culture I can find.
You're going to need a much smaller bag.
Say, Miss,
Dot,
is this some kind of a trophy?
Oh, no, this is a sculpture from the Richard Gray collection. It's called Out of the Closet.
Sure is unusual. Let me ask you something, Dot. If I was interested in buying it, and I said if, you know, a little Hollywood art to show the folks back home, how much you think it'd cost me if I was the least bit interested?
Well, if it was for sale, which I'm sure could be arranged, a Richard Gray of this caliber would be at least, and this would be giving it away at 403, 72, 250. Wonderful. That'll be cash, of course.
Okay. Is this guy, Gray alive?
Oh, very much so.
That's too bad. I know that once an artist dies, his stuff really sells. How old is he?
A sickly 38 and coughing.
Oh, great. Well, let's just keep our fingers crossed.
Thanks.
Order, Howard. It's downright unnatural for you to be so stingy-mouthed, Ginger.
Well, I'm sorry. That's just the way I am.
What are you so afraid of?
Nothing, Amy. I just don't want every desk clerk and bellhop from here to New York to be reading about me, that's all.
Come on, Ginger. All I've got so far is that you were born in Buffalo, raised in Buffalo, and used to run guns in Central America. I'm warning you, this article's going to be interesting with or without your help.
Amy? Jan, you know I don't normally like to blow my own horn, but stand by for a trombone solo. What happened? I sold Richie's sculpture.
Really? Wait, I hope you didn't take anything less than $50 for it.
$250.
Wait till Richie hears about this. I'll bet he could knock out about 6 of those a day.
Nancy, I'm going on my break. I couldn't reach Richie last night to tell him about the sale, so I'm going to go try him now.
Fine. Look, Jen, I appreciate your replacing the sculpture you sold, but this one just isn't the same as the other.
Well, of course it's not the same. Do you think Whistler only painted his mother?
No, he also painted Whistler's dog and Whistler's bowl of fruit. Which one would you like to own?
Look, it was a difficult decision to make. There must have been 20 or 30 sculptures to choose from. Different shapes, different styles, expressing different moods.
Yes, but why did you choose this one?
I like it. I was the model. Dot, I'm in big trouble. I just spoke to Richie. When I mentioned finding the sculpture, he told me to guard it with my life. It belongs to an art gallery.
It's not Richie's work?
No, it's an Amos Redding.
Amos Redding? He's so famous, even I've heard of him.
The gallery owner let Richie borrow it so he could study it.
I really don't want to ask this.
It's worth $10,000.
Who asked?
Jan, I'm sorry. Oh,
what did Richie say?
I haven't gotten up the nerve to call him yet. Dot, if you were in my shoes, what would you tell him?
Okay, I'd start out with, the good news is, I'm okay.
Yeah, sympathy.
And then I would tell him burglars took the sculpture. Or, better yet, you could give it an 80s twist and tell him it was Libyan. All right, then I would go back to the part about you being okay, and I would hit that very hard.
Oh, Amy, your deadline is tomorrow. How is that article about Ginger coming along?
Oh, fine. Really great. She's had a very interesting life. Did you know that she was born in Buffalo?
Oh, that should blow their skirts up.
Nancy, don't worry. I'll have it to you by tomorrow. No problem. Ginger, Nancy's leaning on me about this stupid article. Now, you better give me something to write about.
Amy, I would love to help you. I've just been gun-shy about newspaper articles ever since high school.
Why?
Off the record? You bet. Okay. It was in the middle of this volleyball game, and just as I was serving, both pairs of rolled-up bobby socks popped out of my gym blouse. I thought I would die.
I guess. Did you ever find out who put them there?
I did, Amy.
You did? Why?
As a visual aid.
Oh. Back home, we call that stuffing the Christmas goose. And your school paper wrote an article about that?
Yes. Have you got any idea what it does to your social life in high school, being known as the booby soxer?
Dot, if you're willing to tell Richie a little white lie, well, not even a lie, really, more just a half-truth, but if you're willing to do it, I think my idea might work.
What's your idea?
You take the blame for everything.
Jan, don't you see? He can divorce me.
What can he do to you? Dot, I'm at the end of my rope. I don't know what to do. We're talking $10,000 here.
Look, there is no need to panic. yet. The guy from Joplin might come back.
Might? You're giving me might?
Look, just keep an eye out for a tall, middle-aged guy wearing an ugly suit and a bad rug. Oh, you mean Murray?
You know him?
Been in here a couple of times. Do you know how we can get in touch with him? Sure, I got his number right down here in my file.
What's all this?
My phone book. Men come in and leave me their numbers. Okay. Tony, Clint, Charles, Ray.
Richard, Robert, Paul, Sonny.
Give me that one. Warren, Walter, Sonny.
Mark, Tom, Bob, Sonny. Sonny, Gil. Sonny's handwriting.
Okay.
Murray! Murray! It says Murray! Oh, Murray. I love his handwriting. Bold, yet understanding and generous. Oh, Dot, I think I'm going to get out of this after all.
No question. Let's call this Murray and tell him we'd be so happy to give him back his $250. All he has to do is bring us back that $10,000 sculpture. Why wouldn't he go for it?
Still no answer. I must have tried 25 times since yesterday. You don't think he's gone back to Joplin, do you?
No. There are too many must-sees in this town. The Hollywood sign, the tar pits, the diving doggies at Knott's Berry Farm.
So what are you suggesting, that we just wait for him at Lassie's grave?
It's worth a shot.
I finished that pesky little article. Nancy said she wanted it to be about 300 words. Guess how many words it was?
We don't care, Amy.
300 on the nose. Actually, it was 298, but I fixed it by saying that Ginger was very, very, very pretty. That was easy.
Very easy.
Very, very, very easy.
I understand we have a group of computer analysts staying at the hotel, and some of them are dining with us this evening. You know, computer analysts and piano players have something in common. That's right. You guessed it. Lower back pain. Yes, we too in the music world have our floppy disks. And I'm sure all of you who have experienced muscle spasm will join me in the salute to the chiropractors of America, both licensed and unlicensed. Them bones, them bones, them dry bones, them bones, them bones, them dry bones, them bones, them dry bones. Hear the word of the Lord. Oh.
Hi, Murray. What can I, Murray? Don't move. One of the waitresses has been trying to reach you. You just stay put. I'm going to go chase you down. Don't move, okay?
Chin bone, bone connect to the knee bone, the knee bone connect to the thigh bone. From the backbone, the backbone connect from the hip bone, the hip bone connect from the thigh bone connect from the knee bone connect from the shin bone connect from the ankle bone connect from the foot bone connect from the toe bone. I'll hear the word of the Lord.
The Lord should have done more work on your head bone.
Jan Murray's here.
Where? I didn't see him come in. Who? Well, Jan Murray, you know, the comedian. How about these kids today with the beads in the hair? Very topical, very fresh.
Jan, I'm not going to tell you again. Murray's here.
He's here? Where is he?
Right there.
Oh, Frisco, thanks. You just saved my marriage.
That's a switch.
You're Murray, right?
You bet. What are you drinking, Fred?
Oh, nothing, thanks. Murray, about the sculpture you bought the other night, it wasn't for sale, so I'd like to buy it back.
What sculpture?
Oh, you know, that funky piece of scrap iron that Dot sold you for $250. Boy, talk about high-pressure selling.
I think you got the wrong guy, honey, but how about a drink anyway?
No, thanks. Now, don't worry, Murray. You're going to make a profit on this. I'm willing to pay you $270.
Sorry, Red.
Okay, $275.
Let's not talk money.
Oh, I hate this. Murray, okay, bottom line, $300, take it or take it and give me back my sculpture. Damn it, why are you looking at me as if you don't even know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
Yes, you do, because you're Murray. You got on a bad suit, and if that's not a hairpiece, I'll eat it. There, it is you. It's the wrong man. You're the wrong man. So, what we have here now is one of those really awkward moments. Here, how's that?
And Amy goes on, but Daddy always called me Ginger Snap. She tittered with a saucy toss of her fluffy head.
They sure don't write like that in Guns and Ammo.
Certain words come to mind when describing Ginger St. James. Pert, perky, and very, very, very pretty.
What's Nancy laughing at?
Amy's interview.
The paper's here? If Amy made fun of me...
I really wasn't listening. Something about a booby socks. Hey, Spud, you know what a booby soxer is?
Well, where is she? I'll find her. Relax, Monica.
I will relax when we get our money back.
We're looking for Dot. I bought this sculpture off of her the other night. My wife says it's a piece of junk.
Wife's got a good eye.
Yeah, but we want our money back.
Maybe you haven't heard, Gomer. It's not the way we play it here in Hardball City.
We're not leaving here till we get our money back.
Look, lady, if you and Mr. Mid-America aren't out here in 5 seconds, I'm calling for the guard dogs.
He's bluffing.
Go ahead. Make their meal.
Come on. Let's go.
Dad showed me once. You want to hear my payment plan?
I owe you one for what?
Some guy came in looking for you. He wanted his money back for some junky sculpture you sold him.
He's here? Where, Sonny? Where is he?
It's cool. I kicked him out.
You kicked him out? You jerk! That junky sculpture's worth $10,000. We've been trying to find that guy.
Idiot, dumb, stupid cretin.
I didn't know. I thought I was helping.
He's right.
I know he is stupid, dumb, half-witted jerk.
I'll find him for you. They just left. I'll go bring him back, I swear.
Don't you come back here without him.
Boy, is she testy. Yesterday, I saw her rip off the top of a guy's head.
I'm sorry I did it, Ginger, but I was desperate. Nancy was screaming deadline, and I was staring at a blank page. I had to fill it up with something, just like you did in high school.
It's okay, Amy. I mean, who cares? That was years ago. Fortunately, I'm older now, more mature. All over. So what does it matter if 8,000 bellboys and busboys and those people who put mints on your pillow know that I had to stuff my bra? What is wrong with you, Amy? Why would you tell the volleyball story?
Well, if the sock fits.
Carry it in both hands, will you, Monica? It's worth about $10,000.
It is?
Hey, these people aren't stupid. Why do you think they want it back?
Hi. I hear you're not happy with the sculpture you bought.
Well, we are now. I understand this Richard Gray is worth $10,000.
Who told you that?
He did.
I said about.
Who told you that sculpture was a Richard Gray?
She did.
Oh, well, I'm afraid you've been misled. You see, this is the Richard Gray. His name's right here on the base.
It says Richard Gray, all right.
Well, then who did the one I bought?
Says Amos something.
Amos Redding. Whoever that is.
Why don't you just let me give you your money back?
No, you don't. My husband was sold an original Richard Gray, and that's what we're walking out with.
But you can't do that.
We just did. And possession is 9/10 of the law, you know.
Uh-oh. I think we're locking horns with some very tough Missouri lawyers.
Gee, I wish you'd let me give you your money back. There's no telling what that sculpture's worth.
Why don't you just let us worry about that?
Yeah, and tell that little puffed-up peacock at the piano that we can play hardball in Joplin, too.
There's no reason for us to feel guilty. We haven't done anything.
I don't feel guilty. Do you feel guilty?
Why should I feel guilty? They bought it.
Coming up next on the Arsenio Hall Show, it's Tony Danza, star of Who's the Boss, the hit comedy coming to Channel 9 starting September 11th. Plus, Anthony Perkins. Most of you know him, and some of you love him as Norman Bates, and comedian Scott LaRose. All on the Arsenio Hall Show next.
downstairs. I just made my last car payment. Can you believe it? It's mine and it's still running.
They must have made a mistake at the factory.
It's such a relief not to have to pay $176.50 a month. What am I going to do with all that money I'm going to save? You know, the thing is, I like living on the edge. It gives me something to hold on to. I think I better make a down payment on a widescreen TV.
Richie wants us to invest our extra money in the futures market.
How does that work?
Price goes up, we make money.
And if the price goes down?
Then we end up with a garage full of pork bellies. But they make lovely gifts.
This can't be.
What's wrong?
I've got a wrinkle.
Where?
Right here.
I don't see anything.
I cannot see anything. I look like Phyllis Diller. The old one, not the new Chinese one. Oh, no, I'm being ravaged by stress.
Nobody's gonna notice that.
Oh, honey, it's tiny, tiny. Everybody gets those. I mean, see, I've got them, and do I look old? You have exactly 1 second to say no before I start pointing out gray hairs. Gray hairs?
Hello, ladies.
Great outfit.
Thank you. Another design by Ginger.
You made that?
Uh-huh.
Boy, I can't even sew at those patterns. Well, I can. I can make you a tablecloth, as long as you have a square table.
That looks great. I don't know what you're waiting for. You should be designing professionally.
Well, actually, you know, I have been saving up for fashion school. One day, little Lolitas will be selling my jeans on TV.
Ginger, am I looking old?
Oh, Amy, you're a baby. Honey, you got years before you have to worry. Somebody'd have to be looking real close to see those wrinkles by your eyes.
If anybody needs me, I'll be in there.
Decomposing.
Oh, Dot, have you seen Sonny?
No, isn't that nice?
It's delightful on so many levels. I'm not seeing him. I'm not hearing him. Life is good.
Good. Well, since you're in such a good mood, can I talk to you about a raise?
Oh, and I get to turn you down for a raise. Oh, it's a glorious day. But alas, all good things must come to an end. Sonny, get to work.
Wait a minute, I've got some big news for you.
World peace?
Bigger?
You're quitting.
No?
Then I'm not interested.
Oh, wait a minute, let me give you a hint. Thick, black crude seeping from the bowels of the earth.
Oh, good. You've discovered something to keep your hair straight.
You just listen to me for a minute. I gotta wait for you to make a lot of money. I gotta wait for all of us to make a lot of money.
No, thank you.
Hey, Nancy, this is a sure thing. Least you can do is let me tell you all about it.
Better make it fast, Sonny. Got food backing up.
Okay, remember last year when I bought that vacation land at Thornhurst Mountain Estate?
Oh, you mean the beautiful lot overlooking the toxic waste dump?
Hey, once they find fish that can live in that stuff, it's gonna be a beautiful wilderness experience.
What is the point, Sonny?
The point is they drilled an oil well on the lot next to mine, and they struck it rich. The geologist says that my lot's probably sitting on a gusher. There's going to be so much oil, I'll be swimming in it.
That should be interesting. An oil slick on top of an oil slick.
You know, it cost a lot of money to drill an oil well, but the geologist says that you can put a syndicate together and sell shares. Now, each share is $10,000. Well, I don't have that kind of money. You don't have that kind of money. But if we all chipped in, we could hit the jackpot. What do you think?
Steel chops, Howard.
That's what I say.
Look, all we have to do is come up with $1,400 apiece. $1,400. The geologist says we'll make that back every month. This guy knows his stuff, Jan. It's like getting the tip from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, but look which end of the horse we're getting it from.
You know, I had a hunch that you'd react this way. So I invited the geologist to come by here tomorrow night just to show us what a good deal this is. The least you can do is talk to the guy.
Howard, am I getting old?
Since he came in here, we're all getting old. Now this chicken is getting old.
Nancy, come on, what do you say? Least you can do is listen to the guy. He's got maps.
No.
He's got charts.
No.
He's got warm brown eyes and he's single.
Bring him around. Can't hurt to talk.
Go ahead, Dr. Mellors. Tell her the part about the money spurting out of the ground. Go ahead, tell her, go ahead.
Shouldn't we wait for the others?
Yeah, I know. I just love hearing the part about the money spurting out of the ground. It just spurts out.
Sonny, why don't you run and get the others?
I'll be out in a minute.
Sonny, please. I have some geological questions of a personal nature.
Gallstones?
Go.
Okay. I'll be back. Don't spurt without me.
You know, Dr. Mellish, I've always been fascinated by geological phenomena.
Really?
Oh, yes. Tidal waves, quakes, almost anything that can make the earth move.
Did it get to the part about the money spurting out of the ground?
Not yet, Sonny.
It just comes spurting out.
Hey, Sonny, you said that.
How do you do?
Hi. Hello.
I'm Dr. Ronald Mellish, head geologist for the Crandall Oil Company.
Love this guy.
I know you must have some doubts about what Sonny's told you.
When Sonny talks, nobody listens.
This area is Sonny's property. This half is the quicksand. We're not interested in that.
Lucky I found out. I was going to put my gazebo there.
But this half of the property is located on top of what we believe is a major deposit of high-quality crude. I'm sure you know that's the best kind.
It's the way I like my crude.
Taking into account even a slight change in the cost per barrel. If your well produces like the well on the next lot, and there is no reason to think that it shouldn't, or you can plan on making back your initial investment each and every month.
Oh, wow.
Are there any questions?
Yeah, is there still room next to the well for a gazebo?
Oh, yeah, you can sit there and watch the money
comes spurting right out of the ground. Hey, I'm in.
Well, I'm sure you'd like a few minutes to talk it over. If there's any more questions, I'll be over there.
Oh, Richie and I have been looking for an investment opportunity. I'll give it a shot.
Hey, if Jan's in, I'm in.
Me too. How about you, Amy? Oh, I can't, but y'all go ahead. All my money's in one of those accounts where there's a substantial penalty for early withdrawals.
Amy, all they do is not pay you some of the interest on your money.
That's it? I thought I was going to have to give back the free blender and everything. Oh, I'm in.
Yoo-hoo, Dr. Mellish. Would we be allowed to make frequent on-site inspections?
You can see whatever you want.
Ooh, this is going to be fun.
Well, anything that keeps Nancy off in the great outdoors sounds like a good investment to me. Boys and girls, we're in the oil business. Don't do that. Just don't do that.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, throughout the history of this great land of ours, there have always been men who have taken risks. Risks which have paid off. Not just in monetary terms. No, in the benefit of all mankind. I'd like to sing a song about just such a man I respect, a man I can identify with. Come and listen to my story about a man named Jed. Poor mountaineer, barely kept his family fed. Then, one day, he was shooting at some fruit. And up through the ground came a bubbling crude. Well, that is black gold, Texas tea. Wahoo! Well, the first thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire. Kin folks said, Jed, move away from there. Said, California is the place you ought to be. So he loaded up his truck and he moved to Beverly Hills, that is. Yeah, movie stars and swimming pools. Girls in tight jeans coming up to you all the time trying to get a ride in your new car. And clothes? Lots of them, all monogrammed on front with a big SM and enough money to send my mother to Europe so I don't have to listen to her anymore.
I'm so excited about this oil well. I've been topping off my gas tank all day just to increase demand.
Girl, I know what you mean. I was driving behind this guy today whose car was smoking, burning oil like a bandit. You know, people were getting dizzy as he passed by. Not me, I was loving it. Yelling, waving, honey, have a great day.
This waiting is killing me.
Girl, you should go shopping for big cars. Get ready to be rich.
Oh, I'm keeping my car. I'm not going to change my lifestyle that much. I may never wear pantyhose that have nail polish over a run again, but that's about it.
Hey, you know, I did go down to the California Fashion Institute to see about starting right away. Of course, I got to do some sketches to see if I qualify. But maybe the sketches will keep my mind off the oil well.
So, have you decided what you're going to do with all your money?
Missionary work. You know how hard it is, they say, for a rich man to get to heaven, but I believe this is a loophole.
Not with the new tax law.
What about you?
Well, I don't want much, really. Just a bathroom with 2 sinks. If I could have a sink that never had Richie's whiskers in it, I'd be a happy cowgirl.
That seems reasonable.
Yep. Just a bathroom with 2 sinks. In a very big house. In a very expensive neighborhood. This money won't spoil me, Amy. I'll be good to the servants.
I drove up to the well this morning to see how it was going.
And?
Dr. Mellish showed me everything.
Guess Dr. Frankenstein wasn't the only mad scientist.
You know, Howard, after we strike oil, you and I ought to think about pooling our resources. Well, together, we could build an empire of fun. Yes, we could be the king and queen of fun.
I don't think so, Nancy. I'm going to open a little French restaurant in Steubenville, Ohio.
Why?
Steubenville doesn't have a French restaurant.
But you won't make a dime.
Won't have to. I'll be rich.
But you won't be happy.
Won't have to. I'll be rich.
Is this well so much to ask for? You know, I keep thinking of James Dean and Giant. Really identify with him.
But everybody hated him.
So?
Well, he was rich, but he wasn't happy.
Oh, it's okay. I'm not happy now. Hey, Dr. Mellish, my man.
I need to talk to all of you.
Please tell me the money is spurting. Please say the spurt word.
Nancy, Howard, Dr. Mellish. Oh.
I'm afraid I have some discouraging news for you.
What do you mean?
The hole is dry.
Does this mean that we lose all our money?
There's one other option. We could drill another hole.
Then go ahead and drill.
Well, that'll take some additional financing.
Hey, come on. We're not made out of money.
Look, we did some sonic readings, and we feel like we just missed the pocket.
Sure didn't miss our pockets.
Okay, how much money?
Not as much as before.
How much?
Well, since the equipment is already there, and we did the geology reports for the new hole, we could apply that investment to the new well. But you'd still have to come up with another $3,500.
$3,500? That's $500 apiece.
That should do it.
Well, if I don't get my investment back, I'm not going to have enough money for school for a long time, so I'm in.
Me too.
Yeah.
Howard?
I'm out.
Howard? No, Howard, don't be stupid, Howard. You'll get your initial investment back, but you won't share any profit.
What profits?
Howard, please reconsider. Now, I've always thought of you as a man of courage and vision.
You gotta know when to hold them, and you gotta know when to fold them.
Well, now that we've heard from Elmer Fudd, let's go get rich.
Desperation is a wonderful thing. You know, I was getting real worried about that interview tomorrow. I didn't have one sketch done. Then I woke up this morning and poof, my brain just kicked in. Designs were just popping in my head every which way.
You're lucky you got something else to worry about. If this well doesn't come in, Richie's going to make me wear a pork belly around my neck.
Pick up, Ginger.
And Howard, I want to thank you for not saying I told you so.
Oh, you didn't get the mailgrams?
Hey, I was just up in my oil field, Howard. They gave me this. Tried to get one for you, but they don't give them to traders.
Get out of my kitchen.
You know, Howard, I don't like this new attitude, and I was thinking on my way back, maybe you'd feel better if I bought your share.
You're not gonna try to hawk your watch again, are you, Sonny?
Okay, so I don't have $1,400, but I can let you have $10 every week.
For 140 weeks.
It'll fly by.
All right, bring me $10 on Friday.
Friday's bad for me, Howard. But I'll try to let you have it by Monday at the latest. And hey, once that well comes in, you'll be getting your $10 each and every week by chauffeur limousine. Hiccup.
Good evening, above the top. Oh, Dr. Mellish, how are you? Oh, yes. Yes, I see. Oh, yes. Well, thank you for calling. Goodbye.
Champagne for everyone. It's on me. Woo! Ready?
Isn't this exciting? Now you can get your sink. Actually, I decided I don't need the sink anymore. Or the house, or the servants. Could you pass me that cream, please? It's going to be nice, just knowing that life's going to be a little easier now. Hey, the first thing I'm going to do is buy my folks a brand new trailer. Amy, you're rich. A double wide. And then I'm going to start my missionary work in Paris. Paris? Paris, south of France, Monte Carlo. Gustave has so many sheep who've strayed from the flock. Ooh, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Girl, this is too cool. Ow! Now I can go to school full-time. Now I can go into the clothing business full-time. As of right now, I am a company.
Excuse me, miss. I'm waiting for my meal.
Beat it, Bub. I'm on hold here with my Mercedes dealer. Yeah, Otto, I'm still here. Hey, listen, tell me, what have you got on the floor right now that's fast and sexy and goes with brunette hair? I'll take it.
What's going on? I got orders waiting to be picked up.
Oh, who cares, Howard? We struck oil. I'm rich.
Howie, baby. Don't worry, look, I know you gotta be down about missing out on the boat to Fat City, but the old Sunman's gonna take care of you. I want you to be my personal chef at the Sunny Man Shun. Wait till you see it. It's gonna make Hefner's place look like a Motel 6. This is Robin Leach at the palatial estate of Oil Baron Sunny Man.
Well, I guess congratulations are in order.
Oh, Howard, I know how disappointing this must be for you, but don't worry. I'll share my wealth with you.
I don't deserve it.
Oh, I know that, but I'll share it with you anyway. You can have that cafe in Steubenville. Oh, but like the rest of Steubenville's upper crust, we'll winter in Palm Beach. Oh, it'll all be worked out in the prenuptial agreement.
The what?
Howard Beebe. Oh, it sort of has a ring to it, don't you think? Oh, the Beebe part's negotiable.
You know, ladies and germs, and I mean that in the nicest possible way, tonight you've had the opportunity to share in a very special moment in the lives of the lucky few here at Above the Top. 6 very grateful people who now have more moolah than all of you put together. But hey, don't worry. I'm not going to go to the old Sunman's head. No, ladies and hermaphrodites, and I mean that sincerely. I got the old Esteban straight. Yes, and it's with a sense of thanks and reverence that I sing. Say the best things in life are free, but you can give up to the birds and bees. What I want, what I want, what I want is what I want. It's what I want. It's what I want. Nobody can buy everything, it's true. But what it can't buy, I can't. What I want, lots of money. What I want is what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want. Give me money. What I want, lots of money.
So how long do you think it'll be before we start getting money from our well?
Oh, not too long, I hope. Otto won't give me my Mercedes without the money.
Really? Doesn't he realize that you are Dorothy Higgins of the rich and oily Higgins?
Well, I tried to tell him, but he wouldn't budge. He said he's just following order.
Hi, sorry I'm late, but guess what? What? I just got accepted to the California Fashion Institute!
Hey, I thought you said you were going right into business.
Yeah, well, I was, but I figured my business might just do a little better if I had the slightest idea of how to run it.
But I'm going to school. So they liked your sketches. Liked my sketches? Honey, they loved my sketches.
The words very hot were used. We are very happy. No, honey, we are extremely very, very happy.
Okay. You can have Tuesday and Wednesday night with the boys.
Forget it. Take your money, hire a new chef.
But what about dinner tonight?
Order out. You can afford it.
Oh, good. I was hoping you'd all be here.
Did you bring money? Can I call Otto?
I'm afraid not. See, after the initial gush, your well has slowed down quite a bit.
Oh.
Are we talking from filthy rich down to very comfortable with enough flash to fool most of the women who would go out with me anyway?
We're talking about losing money. There's so little oil coming up that it'll cost a couple of $100 a month just to operate the well. I'm suggesting we shut it down.
You mean we lost everything?
Well, no. We caught enough of the first surge to get most of your investment back. We'll be sending you that money. Oh, I'm sorry the news isn't better.
Well, thanks for letting us know.
Well, that's that. Sonny, you're fired.
It's not my fault.
I know, but it's the only thing that'll make me feel better.
Hey, at least we broke semi-even and we had a little bit of excitement.
You know, Otto must have sent something, because he wouldn't even let me go for a test drive.
Well, Howard, I guess we owe you an apology.
Oh, forget it. You probably feel bad enough. As a matter of fact, I'll make you something special to eat.
Thanks, Howard. Very nice.
You mean that, Howard?
Sure, you can start off by eating Little Crow, then I'll whip up a nice humble pie.
Stay tuned for Carol Burnett, right here on Super 18, Wisconsin's Super Station.